I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. Naptown. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. Gotta do my workout. Gotta get my curls in. Curls in. Bench pressing. Anybody ever see the Alli Muhammad video where he showing self-defense? Can y'all hear me? Press one if you can hear me. And then he said, hold the gun like this. And then he go, ha, ha. One time he do it, ha, ha. Anybody else see that video? Hey, we're going to play that next. We're going to play that tomorrow. He said, okay. Anybody else see that? No, for real. He on that demonstration. He said, all right, now hold it like it. He said, hey, hey. He did that joke. What that joke said? Man, you about to get somebody murdered. Man, y'all ain't see that one. Oh, man. Listen, I wish I had time to edit some of this goofy stuff so we can condense it. Oh, my goodness. He said, hey, hey. You know, he look like, y'all remember the guy from Martin? You remember the guy from Martin, the karate guy from Martin, the Leroy Dragon, the Grand Dragon Leroy. Oh my goodness, man. This stuff got stopped, man. This stuff got stopped. Listen. Family, I want to welcome you to another edition of Morris World TV. Man, I know I like to make jokes a little bit, but man, this stuff is just goofy sometimes. You know what I mean? Stuff is real goofy sometimes, man. Dragonfly Jones. Alli Muhammad is Dragonfly Jones. See, when you do it, like, man, he didn't watch a few YouTube videos, then he gonna get somebody killed, messing with somebody's gun. He said, and even when it's in the back of your head, I say in the back of the head, you gonna try that? He said, yeah. I said, nah, man. Man, listen, man. I don't know how I would respond, but what he talking about, I ain't too sure about that, man. Man, this stuff is crazy, man. But I want to welcome you to another edition to Morris World TV, family, where this week we are going to be doing an episode after episode, Surviving Alli Muhammad. Remember when I told you that we are going to give those who have been affected and victimized by Alli Muhammad? Well, that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to do this week in grand form. And we're starting off today with a banger. And let me tell you something. A lot of times, I don't even talk to a lot of people who want to come on the show to screen them because I really want something raw. I want it to be new to me, just like it is to you. So I just know tidbits of the information. I really don't know the great detail. It's just as new to me as it is to you. And I pride myself on doing Morris World TV like that, you know, because we want it organically. However, I think that we all must admit that when one is coming on to try to project image that really ain't fitting for the history behind the image, normally they expose themselves. So if anybody ever thinking about coming on Moorish World TV and you're thinking about pushing an agenda, or you think you're going to weaponize Moorish World TV, as you can see with Dr. Alli Muhammad, it backfired. As you can see, Crystal Muhammad, she got away with it for a minute. It backfired. As you can see with Delta, it backfired. You know what I mean? But in reality, I don't really think it backfired on Delta. Delta just went nuts off the deep end on his own accord. I mean, Delta went on deep end on his own accord. But then you see Kendrick jump out there and go nuts on his own accord also. But this is the People's Network. And so I invite the people to come on and share your stories that may help somebody, you know. But those who are predators thinking they're going to be the predator that they were as before they came to Moorish World TV, it ain't going to work. It always come out. So with that being said, we have a sister here that experienced some of the things that we have researched on Dr. Alli Muhammad, and maybe even more. I don't know. But tonight we're going to find out. I want to give a special honor to this sister for coming forth, because many sisters are out there. It's a bunch of sisters out there that have been affected. And I don't want to leave the brothers out either, because let me tell you something about the brothers. It's one thing about the brothers, we got this old tough guy, machismo attitude, and sometimes we hate to say that we've been played. Sometimes we hate to say that we've been played as brothers. I'm the first one to admit, man, you got me. Man, you got me with the Cash App, man. You got me. You know what I'm saying? You won't get me again, though. You won't get me again. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, for all the brothers who have experienced, like the group of brothers that came on early on, you're welcome to come on the show also. But this week, we're going to put some spotlight on our sisters who always have led the charge toward liberation. Always. But in this sense, I feel was taken advantage of for the love that they have for their people. And this brother wanted to use that love for his own benefit, which is not cool. So with that being said, welcome my guest, Sister Malika, in the building. How you doing, sis?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, sis. I'm glad to have you here. It's been a long time coming. I guess maybe a month or so, whatever the case may be. And I know that you've been sitting back, observing things that have been going on. What do you think so far with the coverage that we have had on Moorish World TV concerning this situation?
I think it's been really good. I believe he needs to be exposed. People need to know what they're stepping into, and what he's doing is not right.
Wow, you just come straight raw. Sister. Hey, look, we don't cut to the chase. He need to be exposed. It's been good, and it's just not right. Now, I want to ask you, how long have you been affiliated, or were you even affiliated with the Revolutionary Black Panther Party under the leadership of Alli Muhammad?
4 months.
4 months. And what, if you don't mind me asking, what did you hold any positions?
He made me a national.
Okay. Now listen, if you don't want to answer some questions, just say, no, I'm gonna leave that alone, because I just want to ask you for the interview purposes. Were you a head of any chapter or something like that?
I was one of the generals for the Philly chapter.
For the Philadelphia. So come on, you know Baltimore is the same thing, right?
Yes.
I took a guy up to Philly like 2 months ago. He never left Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, this looks just like Baltimore. I was like, it is, bro. It is. It is. So you was the captain of the Philly chapter. What was your title?
They called us generals. So I was one of the generals for the Philly chapter. Yep.
Okay. But how long ago was this?
I joined in May of 2020, and then I left August 2020. So it
You
wasn't
ain't
that long ago.
you ain't play no games. What made you ain't play no games? What happened to make you bounce so fast? Because you got some people that been around for years and they knew
Right.
what was happening. What happened?
Okay. So when I joined in May of 2020, I met one general at the time, which was General Musa, and then there were other members. It was Adama, Shannon, and Malik. So when I had first came to that first feeding, Adama took me under her wing, and then she took Musa under her wing too. So he ended up making Adama a general. So it was General Musa, General Adama, and then it was me. Um, we would have our own general meeting. So once Ali started seeing us becoming close, he started seeing how much structure we were putting into the chapter. That's when he started to intervene. So the first time that he actually came to Philly was in July. And a week prior to him coming, he had Adama fake a family emergency. So that was when it was her first time meeting him. So she had shared with us when she was down there, she was picking up females from the airport for him. Like basically, he was prostituting. And there was a situation that happened where the ambulance had to come to the house, and that's when she had shared his real name. All she heard was Higgs, but he said it real quietly. So fast forward to when he came to Philly. This was my first encounter meeting him, and I believe General Musa as well. So when he came down that first time, him and Adama's relationship was like already weird and awkward. So it started to trigger in how he was interacting with everybody else. Um, he started clinging on to me and using me for money to get around food. And he would make a joke out of Musa. Like he would basically, because Musa has a disability, so he basically would make fun of him and make him feel less of a man. Um, so once all of that started happening in the party, Adama ended up parting her ways. So it's just me, Musa, and the other few members that we had. So once Adama left out the picture, he started calling Adama an op. He told me to stay away from her. He had me block her. And that's what he would do whenever we would have members who ended up figuring him out, or they ended up leaving, on bad terms, or if they just left because they wanted to, they were automatically labeled an op. Um,
That, so,
yeah,
so that's his um contingency plan when people leave. They just
right,
don't want to move on. Some people could just say, this not for me, I'm moving
right,
on. And they automatically are out.
right. Yeah, that's how he does it. And then Adama would call him out. Like she would call him out and expose him, and he tried to put a hit out on Adama. He was going to use there's a Reading, Pennsylvania chapter, which is not far from us, like maybe like 90 minutes. He was going to use General Six to put a hit out on Adama. And when he said Adama, it's not even that serious. Like just leave it alone and keep it pushing. So during the time that he came down, we were all still cool. He was talking about us going to Louisville with him for the march. We were all gonna go, but then when the Dom head came back week prior, she ended up exiting her way out the party. So I ended up being the only one from Philly going. I had flew out. The plan was for us to fly out to Florida and then drive with him there. So I flew out to Florida. I had my own place to stay. I had my own rental car. I get there. I hadn't heard from him. I'm sleeping. I get a call maybe around I feel like 11 p.m. and it's from a general out in Georgia, and she was calling me to let me know Ali was sending her to come get me, and I'm like, well, why? Like he was supposed to be coming here so we could all drive to drive there together. And she was like, I know. He was in Arkansas, and that's where he was in Arkansas harassing his wife Amina. So I told that general, I said, I'm not gonna go. Like I don't want you to drive all the way from Georgia to Florida, and then we driving to Louisville. So she ended up saying okay, and it got back to Ali. So Ali had called me and was like, he's so depressed, he's suicidal. I really need you to come. It's been taking me so long to drive. Like he's being real manipulative. So I felt bad. So I had to book a flight. He told me to come with Nazir. So I go. I booked my flight. I booked Nazir's too because he told me he would give me the money. So I put in his Facebook information. His Facebook information. If y'all go on his page, it say Nazir, get his birthday and stuff. So that's what I put in. I pick him up. We go to the airport, and once it's time to check in, I'm fine. Come his turn, he can't check in, and I'm like, well, why? He was like, that's not my real name. So we had such a hard time. I think it might have like raised a flag in the American Airlines, because that's who we were flying there. I think it raised a flag in their system because it was they were giving us a hard time to even change his name. And I've changed names before when I was flying, so it shouldn't have been a big deal. But eventually, we ended up getting through, and we flew to Louisville. Once I got there, we took an Uber to He was doing an interview for David McAtee's where he got killed. So we were outside doing an interview there, and he started mentioning Alhambra people showing up. That's the RBPP general out in Louisville. There was some white guy, and he started. It was me, I believe. General Tay was there. His daughter was there. It was like other comrades there. General Ashley. So once he finished the interview, once he got his TV time, he says the same speech that he gives every time he's going on TV. We went to the hotel to check in. After we left the hotel, we went to the armed march, where Breonna Taylor's family was there and some of David McAtee's. And he had the spotlight the whole time. They never even took the speakerphone and spoke for themselves. Like the whole time we were down at that march, we never got a chance to meet the family to see what needed to happen in the community, how we could be able to help them. Like he just took over the microphone, started yelling his Black Power chants, and we went down the street. Um, but everybody raising their guns up, and I thought that was pretty weird that nobody was even following us, because you got all these people marching down the street with firearms and like cars blocking the way. So after that march, we went back to the hotel where we were staying at. I had to end up paying for a room. Adama was the one that paid for the original room that General Mo and her son were staying in. Um, and it wasn't going to be enough room for like all six of us to be in there. So I had asked Ali, I said, can you just buy the room? He had got an attitude. So I ended up buying a room. And the whole time that we were down in Louisville, I noticed that he would push General Mo off to the side, like he kept her in the hotel room. He wouldn't let her go anywhere. Also, the car that he was driving that we were getting around in was stolen. It was the rental car Adama had actually rented for him. That's what he used to drive up to Philly, and that's what he used to drive up to Arkansas, and then to Louisville. So he had me driving that car around because I'm the only one at the time that had a license. Nazir doesn't have a license. Mo didn't have one. I don't know what was going on with his. So he had me driving it around the whole time, knowing that it was stolen. Like if we would have got pulled over, I would have got in trouble. And then every time we would drive by police, he would always like freak out. So like as people are sharing their stories, and once I started to get this information, when I thought back on it, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Like you was freaking out because you knew the car was stolen. And he made me pay for basically everything. When we would go out to eat, he never had any money. He would always use like, oh, I'm paying for my son's bills and stuff. Like all the money that I have left has just been going towards him. Like he would use his son's incident that happened to make me feel bad. Um, so this is fast forward into once we're all leaving, and mind you, um, when we were down in Louisville, we were all like, I mean, all of the members that he brought to the march, we all were never in the same room. We all never got to get to know each other. Everybody was so separated and divided. And I feel like for you to call this a Black Panther Party, we need to know our comrades. Like we need to know who we're going to be standing side by side with if anything is to happen, or if they just need something. But these are the technique that he used so that people don't start to catch on. So like he kept Mo in the hotel. He kept General Tay in his direction. He kept Tiffany. We had met Tiffany at Motel 6 when he went to go beg her for like $50,000 for his personal needs, but tried to say, it's for the party, which is not. Anything that goes to RBPP, your national dues, anything like trips and stuff that he claims that he's going to have, that's all going to his personal funds. None of the trips that he ever plans like ever really happen, especially if it's like an event where you have to pay. He'll use that to get your money. So once we went to Motel 6, he had tried to get money from General Demira. He didn't get it. And then that next following day, we all left. Um, and when he had General Tay down there, when we were all outside meeting up, General Mohead came downstairs because she was hungry, like she didn't have any money. He made her come on a trip. She only had about $30. She didn't have much, and then she had to give up some of the money for gas money. So when she came outside, Chief told her, not Chief, Hubert told her to order a pizza, and he made it seem like he was gonna buy it. So she ordered it. She came down when it was ready, and Ali didn't have the money ready, so she only had 10, and the General Tay was the one that matched what she needed. And just to see him do that, it was kind of embarrassing. But I wasn't even really paying too much attention at the time, because I would have helped her out. But when he had General Tay down there, he mentioned that he had General Tay there to put a hit out on a Hammer. But he mentions all of this stuff to me once it's already too late and I'm already there. Because once we got there, we also had pulled into this shopping spree parking lot. Maybe like 5 minutes later, a Hammer's crew comes up. They're like squad deep. We have like maybe 10 people on our side. She got about 30 people, and they got their guns on them. Nazir is holding the an unloaded gun, looking silly. So if anything was to pop off, they would have been frying us. So that situation happened. Once we started driving back to, we had to drop Mo off. So I drove us to drop her off, and then we drove back to Florida. And he was somewhat trying to keep me hostage down there because, mind you, I'm a RN at work. So I came down during my days that I had off. When it was time for me to go to the airport, he was acting like he couldn't get ready, playing around. So I ended up missing my flight. I didn't get back to Philly until the next day. So once I came back, he ended up coming down, planning a trip down to Philly. I would say maybe the week of July, the week of July 15th. That was the second time where he met all of our members that had joined. We did a food program. And this is the thing, when we do our food programs and they're actually in town, they never help. If you leave them in charge, the food gets wasted. It got wasted on 2 occasions when he came down. And people weren't getting fed when they were expecting us to be there. We already put out the time. We already let them know what was going to be on the menu. And when you would leave them in charge, like if some of us couldn't make it, I feel like just because you're a chief doesn't mean you shouldn't show or help out. But when he would come, he wouldn't pass the food out or he wouldn't show at all. Um, so that's when he had made this comment when we were down at Kensington passing out food. He had made this comment saying that he wouldn't mind talking to one of our comrade's daughters. Now, mind y'all, she is 19 years old. This man is 42. She's young enough to be your daughter. Why would you even mention something like that? And why are you even viewing her like that? Like, we're supposed to be passing out food, not looking at who we're going to talk to. So that right there was like something that pushed me away from him because me and him became close when he started to see the type of books that I read. He knew my medical background. And also about the Louisville trip, he knows I work with a black COVID group in Philly, it's a medical group. He wanted me to bring COVID test kits all the way to Louisville to test people, and I'm like, that's not how it works. Like, if you want me to test people for COVID, you have to go to LabCorp and register because you're a doctor. And once I mentioned that, he like chickened out of it. He never went through, obviously, because he's not a doctor. Um, and he also wanted to meet up with them. And while we did our COVID testing, he wanted our chapter to do a food program. So I had reached out. They were cool with it. They were open with it. I set up a meeting so that Dr. Stanford could meet him. When it came time for that to happen, he never followed through. Like he started to push away from it because he know you're going to be sitting in front of an actual doctor. And I'm actually happy that it didn't even occur because I would have been embarrassed and embarrassing her group bringing him around. And the whole time I didn't even know that he was frauding. So I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
My bad. I had the mic down. Let me turn the mic down a little bit. On the doctor fraud, if you will. Um, did he come off as if he was a legitimate doctor as he did on the show? Because on the show he came on, he said a PhD
Yep.
and I'm like, man, this is a doctor.
Yes.
Like he
He gave
wasn't
that same
convincing.
speech. He gave that same speech.
So sis, you only were there 4 months. What was the super red flag for you?
When his last trip to Philly, when he pulled out his ID, because I was joking with him about his age, and he showed me an ID, and I pulled a crystal because I didn't even verify it. But he admitted that he wasn't 52 like he said he was, and that his real name was not Ali.
And at that point, you figured, hold up, there's something more to this.
Yes.
And
And
when
then
you
this,
go
go
ahead, sis.
ahead.
No, you
Oh
good, you good.
no. I was going to say, like, when he would leave and all of us members would come together, we started to figure him out. Like, he would cause drama. Like, when his first trip to Philly, we were fine until he came and touched down in Philly. That's when all the drama started. And he would pit us up against each other. He would make up lies. So everybody dropped out like one by one. And this is another thing too. He told one of our comrades, um, who was our minister of arts, that he didn't feel comfortable coming to Philly. He said he can't bring his family around that. It's too violent. Because in 2020 we were ranked the second city with the highest amount of homicides, and he knew that. So when we were trying to do our violence and prevention program, he took it as a joke. He wasn't even helping us. So I had to end up reaching out to General Tay. He was on live, so I jumped on his live and I asked him if he could come down to Philly because I know he's doing really good work in his area, and clearly Ali is not helping. So I'm gonna have to reach out, and he would never let brothers be in our party neither. Anytime we had brothers that wanted to join, it would always be some excuse as to why their application didn't get processed. You might.
How did you hear about um, the Revolutionary Black Panther Party? Because I've come to see. I didn't know it's a lot of different variations of the Black Panther Party.
Yes, that
I
too.
didn't know that. I never
Yep.
knew that until probably the past 6 months. The past six
Mhm.
months, it really hit me like, wow, it's a lot of different variations of the Black Panther Party. How did you come into the know of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party?
He recruited me on Facebook because that's originally how I found him, and then he ended up. I tried to get in a year prior. I couldn't get in because the general at the time was having too many family issues going on. But he ended up having access to the Philly recruiting room, and he found me in there. So that's when he messaged me,
And
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 that's
you
how
know
I joined.
this is why I told people. I said, listen, if people going to recruit on social media, and in fact they're recruiting, but they're being a predator. That's what it
Right.
is. They're being predators. If they're going to be a predator on social media, and someone was to ask me, well, why you keep doing these shows? Why you keep doing these shows? Well, if we don't, they're going to keep on being predators against for our people. Like
Yep.
so to balance it out, the predator is coming, preying on our people. So Morris World TV is coming, saying, "Watch out for the predator, because this
Yep.
is what he or she looks like." Period. Point blank. Now, did you ever
Exactly.
go to any what they would call formations?
You mean like what, marches?
Yeah. Besides the one where you say everybody was separated, anymore?
No. Mm-mm.
Did he teach you any of that fancy training that I was talking about
He
at the beginning?
tried it. He tried it.
When he was doing that training, what were your thoughts about that?
It was a joke. Cause like you see, Nasir was dropping the gun, and they
Sis,
weren't even his guns. He didn't even know which gun was which and what it was for. The person that knew it was our MOD that he asked to bring it.
wow. Did they had stories that he never had a gun of his own? It's always was somebody else's gun. That's the same situation you referred to?
Yup, it's not his. Yeah, they're never his.
Wow.
He
Wow.
brings them. He wants the brothers to bring them specifically so he could see what they would be capable of, what they have, and he reports it to who he's reporting to, because he had us even on the porch playing with the guns. And the sister's house that we was at, she was like, "Are you sure? Like, we're okay to be playing on the porch with guns?" And he was like, "No, y'all cool." And it was undercover cop cars driving around. So who knows if that was him? Because it's like usually they not just riding around just to ride around.
Wow. Wow, man, I didn't forgot my next question. That was so undercover cop cars, he's there, and
Yeah,
that's a bit crazy. Dang, I forgot my next question. That messed me up because it's always seems to be that there's some type of police involvement, like Mo was saying that when he got
yeah,
pulled over, he went to the back of the car, talked to the police.
mhm,
Clearly Mo didn't have no license, and
yeah,
he didn't have none. Clearly they were out of order, but they drive off. Now they
yeah.
practice it, and now he's right there. Um, how did you feel? Did you hear any of the stories that, uh, and to all due respect to the sisters, you know what I'm saying? But did you hear any of the stories of how he was coming at the sisters?
Yes, yes,
The reason why I asked that because this story has intersected um, with what's her name? Crystal Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? And it amazes me that Crystal Muhammad have not come forth to stand in defense of some of the sisters.
right,
The word is that he has 26 uh, offspring, if you will,
right.
a few wives, many of them possibly um, younger to be taken advantage of, appear to be. But
Yep.
when you heard any of the stories, if you don't want to go into detail, that's cool. What were you thinking about that part? And you being a woman.
So I didn't hear the personal stories until after I left the party. And the one story that bothered me the most, this sister was general of the Tampa chapter. She used to stay in the house with them to help out. Her name is General Nikki. When she shared with me that her son, I guess one of Ali's sisters were watching her son. She was paying them to babysit them while she worked overnight. And in the midst of that happening, her son ended up getting molested. And I know she's not lying because when he was in Philly on the last trip, he was talking about it, but he wasn't mentioning his family. He generalized it and said, because I was wondering, like, why are you on the phone all of the time? And that was the situation. And when she was explaining it to me, she was breaking down because she was like, this is something she's going to have to explain to her son, the decision that she made and what happened to him. And the fact that she trusted him, that was the big thing. A lot of us trusted Ali. Like he became very close with a lot of us. He knew our personal lives. Like we became close, like family. We knew his as well, what we thought we did. But just to hear the part on trust, how she trusted him and he broke it.
Wow. Do you know? I don't want to throw her out there too much, but do you know if she ever got any counseling or any help or anything?
No, I don't think so. No.
Wow. Wow. So all of this, you found this out after the fact. So
Yes.
within the 4 months of your experience, what was the most extreme thing that you experienced?
From him,
Yeah, or from him. Yeah, let's start with from him.
the disappointment and what I expected when I joined the Black Panther Party, and him stealing from me because he used to hack into um he would hack into my bank account and he was using it to pay his phone bills. So once I had found out it was him, I sent him a long message confronting him about it. And I ended up finding out from Nikki when she ended up leaving the picture and leaving him, that he wanted to send her down. They wanted to come down and beat my ass because I need to learn a lesson. All because you're stealing money out of my account. When I work hard for my money, you should get a job.
Did did you figure out how he was getting money out your account? Because I gotta watch my account now. I'm nervous. I ain't got
So
but
the
a couple
first
coins. And let me give a shout out to all Moist World TV supporters who hit the Cash App. My brother, M. Nugent, my sister, Dolores, and I could not want all the smoke, and everybody, King T and everybody. Cryptonomics, who always support the Cash App. I want to thank everybody. If I didn't mention you, that you know, I want you to know that I appreciate you. But now, let me make sure that we find out how he getting up in the accounts before we start. Because y'all be supporting the good brother. You know what I mean? We got to make sure he don't get the, y'all sent y'all a Cash App, it be rerouted to Florida somewhere. Pensacola. You be drinking
Right.
Pepsi Cola on my Morse World
So
TV
okay,
donations.
the first time it was my fault because he was ordering from this vegan restaurant, and I said, "Here's my card, go pay for it." I didn't think that he would be in there taking pictures of it, keeping information. So once I started seeing things that was tracing back to him on my account, I switched my card, and I confronted him about it. But he played it off as if it wasn't him. I already knew it was him. The second time, he had to either have gone in my bag or he might have one of those things where people could like scan your debit card information. So those are like the only two options. But yeah, he was definitely in my account.
Oh, oh my bad. So you definitely was like being like the good sister. Like, here, go ahead and get yourself.
Yeah.
Get. Was he ordering pork chops? No.
Probably when I wasn't around. Who knows?
So so sis, once you came back to Philly, was that the first time you went down there? Was that the only time you went down?
Yeah, that was the only time. Yep.
When you came back to Philly, what was going through your mind?
Um, just drama. I feel
Did
like being in RBPP was drama. I knew I was coming back to drama. Adama left.
did you have comrades and friends around you that you could share this experience with, so you can see if you wasn't crazy?
Oh, absolutely. Our whole
So,
chapter,
yeah,
we talked
so you
about
can
it.
bounce it off people,
Right.
because
That's how we
sometimes
pieced together everything. That's how we pieced together what he was doing. Like once things hit the fan, we all came together, and I'm not even finished yet. It was sisters coming up and sharing their stories that I'm like, wow, he actually did that.
yeah, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. We're gonna share some of them stories in a minute. But what I wanted, reason I said that, because even in doing this, right, I don't want to be, no matter how many crazy stories I've heard about Ali,
Hmm.
I don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't want to um, mess anybody's name up unjustly. You
Right.
know, and so I go through the same. I'm like, man, is this for real? You know, and I'm
Hmm.
bouncing off brothers like Akhenaten. I might even talk to King T. I want all the smoke, and I'm bouncing it back and forth. And I'm like, this is what it is. So that's why I asked you that. But
Hmm.
any other horror stories you want? I don't know horror, but any other stories that you like to share?
Yeah. So one of the sisters that was the general in Rochester, she ended up moving to Pennsylvania, 3 hours out from us. The night that we had the gun training was the first night that I met her. He had her drive from where she was at. She got to us about maybe midnight. Um, and she shared with us once everything hit the fan that when she first met him and they were taking pictures, he had grabbed on her butt and was touching her inappropriately. And she didn't. I asked, I was like, "Well, did you say anything?" She said she didn't speak up because she felt like because he was chief and because this was her first time meeting him, she didn't want to make things already more awkward than what it was. Because her first introduction to us was already us as a chapter being divided. Like she could feel the energy. Everybody was separated because of him.
So you know what it appears to me. Shout out to my brother T Page L. What up, T Page L? I've been busy, brother, but I'm calling you tomorrow. But you know what amazes me? What it seems to me is that Ali was creating his own sister's smorgasbord. In other words, he was bringing these sisters in, and he thought that he had free reign to do what he want when he wanted
Right.
to do it. Did he ever come at you like that?
Yes.
Wow. I ain't even want to ask.
Every female in our chapter he has attempted.
And what do the wife say? Or are you
She
aware?
wasn't she wasn't around. So his two wives I sat in my yacht, they left him. So the only sister that was left was Amina, but Amina was out of the picture. She was back in Arkansas. You know, she didn't slowly, and I wasn't aware that he was talking to Amina until once things hit the fan. When he was coming up, from when he was driving to, supposed to be driving to Florida so we could leave for Louisville, he was in Arkansas harassing her.
And she is one of the primary defenders of him at this time.
Correct.
And so she actually left Arkansas and went back to Florida.
Yeah, towards the end. His last trip to Philly, he went out to Georgia to do a food program with them. And I guess on the way there, that's when he picked up Amina and she came back home. So once she got involved in the picture, he stopped messing with me. He stopped messing with the other comrades, and he basically abandoned our chapter. That's what it was. Because people were asking, well, how was it going to be now? Because he was here. He wasn't really doing anything, but people got used to him coming and trying to show us what we should have been doing.
Is there any is there any success stories that you are able to go off to say, you know what, like a glimpse of hope?
No, none. He didn't really. All he did when he came was start friction, drama, and set us up. Like our chapter is on the SPLC list. He's aware of it. He never even mentioned it to us.
And for the people that don't know, what is the FTLT list? What you just said?
It's an organization where they monitor hate groups and they report any suspicious activities to the FBI.
And so you are a productive citizen of the beautiful city of Philadelphia. Now you got the spotlight on you for some fugazi nonsense.
Basically, yeah.
So did your chapter ultimately disband, or have y'all continued to try to work it out and do something on your own accord?
After that situation, we kind of went our separate ways, but we started back up. We reconnected.
So are y'all doing anything at this time?
No, we haven't planned anything just yet. We just all came and met up so that we could see which direction we want to go in.
Yeah, and I want to support you. That's why I asked. I want to make sure that we'll be able to support and promote the real. Also, you know, as we talk about the fake, we also want to support the real. Do you think that Ali is an agent?
I don't think an agent, because they wouldn't hire somebody like him. But I definitely believe he's an informant. He's informing somebody.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. You know, if not an agent, an informant. Do you see any of the behavior that was indicative of informing, or trying to set people up, push them into the fire in order to set up a condition to inform?
I believe so. Like when he brought General Tay down there to put a hit out on Ahamara for his own issue. You know, when he would have undercover cop cars drive by, take pictures. Like that's in my, and also when we hand in our IDs, like to be a part of RBPP. When you apply, you have to hand in your ID so they can see who you are. But that's how he forwards his information over there.
And this is what I told people that join NFAC, that and I did this on a show about Grandmaster Jay and NFAC, because the model is all the same. And before all this all over, I'm going to show how all of this is all the same. The model is the same. And Grandmaster Jay did the same thing. He asked for too much critical information that obviously could be used against you. You know, if you want to uplift and you're a revolutionary, you want to have as least information as possible that can be circulated, if you will. You know what I mean? And Grandmaster Jay did the same exact thing. Do you find it suspect that, you know, he recently was locked up for this vehicle? You know what I'm saying? But he's been on the run, according to him, that he had a warrant. He tried to say, oh, he showed the warrant. I ain't showed no warrant. Matter of fact, I made it my business not even to mention that he had a warrant on my show. I knew he had a warrant, but I made it my business not to mention it because I knew how somebody was going to try to twist that. So I didn't even mention it. But now that it's being dealt with on his side, did you know that he was on? I hate to say it, he was on
On
the
the
run.
run. No, he never mentioned it in that way. But the last trip, like I told you, when he left Philly, he made a comment. He tried to slide it in there, but I heard him. He said that he doesn't like when we were all checking into the hotel. He doesn't like being traced. And it's like, well, why wouldn't you like being traced? You're just checking into a hotel.
Yeah, when you're a revolutionary, you're a public figure. And this is what he asked me, and I got the receipts. He asked me when he was supposed to come on the show. In fact, he asked me, first of all, not to allow Jamal to mention his government name and not to allow Jamal to mention his medical credentials. You follow me? This is and this is in a
Big
text.
giveaway.
This is in a text. So he already know what he was up against, and he already knew
Right.
that the time space was closing in. Do you think that the brother has narcissistic behavior?
Absolutely, yes.
Man, this is sad. This is actually sad. This is sad.
Yeah.
When you decided, what made you say, you know what, I'm coming forth. I'm going to share my story.
When I saw the other sisters speaking and just how similar their stories were. And I was scared to come on at first because he's made threats at me, but at this point, there's nothing that he can do to me. And
Well,
people need to know the truth.
and you know that I noticed that the main ones that fall victim to him, they are active within those circles. In my research, and anybody that know that I'm an avid researcher, in my research, I find that those who are semi-active, ready to leave, or fully active, something might befall them. But those who have distanced themselves, nothing. And the sad part about it is that just like you hear you said the sister, he was telling the sister to come and see you and beat you up and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
He uses those close to him to do his dirty work. He did
Yep.
not himself, though. He
No.
did nothing himself. And so I think anybody who come forth, they're going to be straight. Because if you're not active in those circles, then it normally those who are active in the circle, or he still can reach them because of their affiliation,
Right.
they may be in trouble. And this is
Yeah.
a message for all those who are still active under his leadership. If you are active under this leadership, all you have to do is look at things that have befell, that people have befalled, or things that have came to people that was under his leadership. Normally, when somebody just get low, they good. But there's always somebody close to that leadership. But let me ask you, have you heard any stories about anyone that left and had to face let me pick my words wisely, and had to face opposition from, I'm talking about literal physical opposition from his command, like giving orders. Like,
To
you don't gotta
go.
name no names though. That's not name names, but
Okay.
people that left, have you heard any stories where people literally was
Like
attacked?
threatened. Well, almost. This sister that lives in Florida, he sent a guy to her house to come check her. That's
So
the only altercation that I know that could have happened.
so he sent a guy
He
to the house.
sent to where she stays at.
Have you talked to her?
Yeah, I have.
She good?
She's good. Yep.
Is she Philly to the core, or was she a little bit like
Nah, she from New York.
Oh, okay. Oh no. But was she? Could she handle it?
Yeah, she could.
Because a lot of it is intimidation tactics.
Yep.
A lot of it is intimidation. A lot of listen. If this guy go on and run for 18 months for not returning a vehicle, he's scared of jail.
Yeah.
He's scared of jail. And the way that he's doing stuff, he's so reckless that it's going to trace right back to him anyway.
Yep.
He's so reckless. What was the ultimate story that you wanted to share? If you had an ultimate story that you could share with us on Morse World TV about your experience, what would that be?
Um, Definitely him using his son as an excuse for a lot of things. And when I say that, when Naeem, when I became involved, the first time I actually saw Naeem in person was when I came down to Florida, and he was trying to like keep me hostage at his house. He started explaining his condition. Mind you, I'm a nurse. I work in the medical field. I know when something doesn't sound right. And he kept mentioning that his son is in a coma and that he's about to come out of it. I asked him, okay, how long has he been in the coma for? Because a person doesn't stay in a coma for the amount of time that he's been in one for. And he never even said anything back. Like a lot of the times he was having me on the medical calls with his home care company that Naeem was getting because he gets 24-hour care. But I just started to pick up on, if you're a neurologist, why are you asking me these questions? You should be leading the case. Like this is all with his brain. And towards the end, in like August, they had sent a message to one of our comrades. It was a group message. She was the only one still left in there. But they were asking for money in regards to him. But he's fully covered by the state, so people should not be giving up money. Like, I'm all for supporting if you really need assistance, but don't lie about it when he's getting covered and all of the money really is going to your personal use. But that was when that really bothered me, because why are you using your son for that need?
Yeah, because at the funny part about that, and I don't mean to say the funny part about that, but the odd thing about that is that if any child that's a citizen of the United States of America uh, uh, find themselves in a condition like that, they have Social Security, uh,
Yep,
disability, a whole
exactly.
bunch of things that the government provides. So not saying that everybody want to go that route, but it's
Yep.
available. And that's one of the things that concern me, that, if you having 24-hour care, um, and I
And
don't
that's
want to,
usually expensive.
what? And
Yep.
I'm trying to say it right, because it is a precious child that's involved, but
Absolutely.
that is super expensive. You understand what I'm saying? And so you would have to be practicing medicine. I'm talking about daily, as a doctor, if you
Exactly.
will, as
Right.
daily, in order to afford that. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
your insurance from your practice would be
Yep.
paying for that. And so the question would be, how are you paying for it? I don't think he could
Right.
come on the show and answer these questions.
He's not. He can never answer any of these questions. That's why he hasn't come back.
And then
But
I
like he
think,
involved us and he involved everybody in it when he brings his personal issues to us. Like we didn't ask to, see what was going on in your personal life. He physically wanted me to see Naeem. Like I didn't feel comfortable because I don't like seeing children in those type of conditions.
sis, may Allah, whether you believe in Allah just mean God, the creator, the almighty. Sis, this is no cap. They actually sent me a video of them. And I was like, why would they do that?
I believe it because they did it to our comrade
I
too.
got the video, sis. I'm like, why would they do that? And what they
Yep.
tried to do was say, stop. Why are you doing this? Look at my baby.
Yep.
And they sent the video to me. I was like, this is just low down.
It
And
is.
if anybody's seen, may Allah please bless that baby, but if anybody ever seen a child who has no functioning of the faculties, if you will, it's just not a good look, family. It's really not. It's really not. My father was in an accident, and a few years ago in past form, because he had no brain activity. And that is just not a good look. You don't have to show anybody that. You can convey that to somebody, and that's good enough. But they actually sent me the video. And at that point, I knew, and this is the first time I mentioned it on the show. At that point, I knew that this is some heartless people that has no empathy. They cannot feel. They don't got no sensibility of heart. They cannot feel what another person feels. Because when I seen that, I was like, whoa, why would they send me that? To try to convince me not to do the show or let Jamal do his presentation.
Yeah.
And they would show me the picture of that. So when you seen it, now I just laid out what I was blown away by it. What did you think?
I mean, because I work in the medical field, I know that he's not going to improve, and he's sitting up here telling people that improvement's going on, and he knows that it's not going on. That's the thing. So just the fact that he could lie and lie on your child, his condition, it's just like I don't like to be around those types of people.
There, wow. I don't know where to go with that one. That one really messed me up when I thought about it, because I didn't want to. I definitely wouldn't bring it on Morse World TV. You know what I'm saying? But just for somebody to do what he's doing like that. If you could tell somebody who was interested in joining, if you could speak to somebody who was interested in joining the Revolutionary Black Panther Party, what would your message be?
I would tell them to go to Morris TV and watch those videos.
That's crazy. Man, this is crazy. I'm sitting up here. Look, so there's a lot of information that I'm going to be bringing out soon, and so I want to be careful with some of the questions I ask, because I don't want you to answer all the questions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I'm gonna leave some. I want to leave some because I'm gonna chop it up real heavy. But have you been able to do your own research to qualify your position?
Yes.
And what did you come up with?
That his name is definitely Hubert
And he's not a doctor.
Yeah, that part too. He's not a doctor. Not a doctor.
Have you been able to the sisters that he was supposed to send for you? Have you been able to communicate with them?
Yes, Nikki and I. Yep, we became very close.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. Did y'all ultimately reconcile?
Of course.
Okay, cool. So she's not a part of the regime no more.
Yeah. No, and the thing is with her, he rented a car, and she got her to rent a car, and she owes like an $8,000 bill. He had a Dama rent a car. I rented him a car. Thankfully, he turned mine back not too late, and then her.
So do you understand that this guy is just a modern day Black Power pimp? Trying to be. I mean, but he a broke pimp.
Yes, definitely broke.
Yeah. So I hear that he has this big house, and that in fact he's playing broke. When you went to Florida, did y'all actually visit his living quarters?
Yes, definitely nothing major. And it's not his house.
you straight Philly. It's definitely nothing major. So you say it's definitely nothing major and it's not his house. So basically, he on a shoestring budget, acting as if.
Right. Wow. Yeah, and the way he explained his house to me, he made it seem like it was just drop dead gorgeous, and I get there, it was like run down.
Wow. Well, I can't talk. They did a video. They was talking about my fence. They was like, "Look at him. He a carpenter. Look at his fence." I was like, I gotta fix my fence. but so At the time that you went there, he had the wives and all the children, though, right?
No, no, they left out the picture. His two wives
Oh,
left
okay.
him. They took the kids. So when he go on them little lives talking about the black family dynamic, that's not what's going on in that household. When I was there, it was just Fatima, the baby, and his family, like the mom and the sister.
Mm.
Yeah, and Nazir. Nazir lives with him.
Nazir. Now, and I heard that there's a strong possibility that Nazir and him are in a relationship. Uh, I'm gonna be respectful with it. Hey, this is an interview. Have you heard the same thing?
I have, yeah.
So do you think that they are in a relationship?
I wouldn't put it past them because, like, if Ali told Nazir to do something, he do it in a heartbeat. Not for no man.
So if Nazir is in a relationship and Amina is in a relationship, this is black power.
Right. I don't even know what's going on.
But sis, you're not hey, you're not the first one that said that. Quite a few people behind the scenes. That's why I asked you. Quite a few people behind the scenes that haven't come on Morse World TV mentioned the same thing. In fact, pardon me, I hope I'm gonna try to keep it PG, but I've heard a lot of weird stuff. And one of the weirdest things that I heard is that in order for him to get people to be hypnotized under his leadership, and I'm mixing the words up a little bit just to say it nice,
Mm-hmm.
that it was this sex magic that he had to mess with the buns or something. You know what I'm saying? Or they had to mess with his buns or something. I'm trying to tell you only way I can say it in a nice way. Um, when you think back, do you could you look at certain behaviors or body language and say, yeah, it's more likelier than not that this guy was
Yeah.
into some weird stuff?
Yeah. Definitely. Because he asked one of our members, she's gay. He was asking her, like, about her and her girlfriend's sex life. And that's weird right there. Like, you're supposed to be a whole chief. And you asking her that. And, like, we're old enough to be his kids. She's
Yeah.
23. So, yeah, that part.
Wow. And you know what? I've said this. I mean, I'm the head of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and I say all the time. I tell grand sheiks or potential grand sheiks, that's leaders of temples, that two things that you got to keep tight. You got to keep your fidelity to your woman, loyalty
Mm-hmm.
to your woman. You can't if you think for a second that you're gonna be loose and be a leader under my leadership, it's a no-go. And you got to make sure that you're responsible with the people money.
Yeah.
Those two things, loyalty to your woman or one woman. And because I'm not into that old polygamy foolishness. Nope. I don't care what the ancestors did. Ancestors ate monkey brains too. Nope.
Right.
You know what I mean? They ate monkey brains and they put cow pee on their face and drink cow blood straight from the vein. Just because they did it, that don't mean that we need to do it. And in this world that we in, I don't agree that we need to participate in polygamy because our mind, or polygyny, because our mind is so messed up. It's so
Yeah.
messed up. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, was there any checks and balances that you know of?
Well, he stole money from our chapter. We got money in donations, and he took the car and took advantage of it. He was originally supposed to use it for one purpose. We gave it to him, and then he ended up spending the rest of it. And we raised about close to $600. And he came down like he was having too much fun when he was coming down to Philly, and he wasn't following the mission like at all.
Sis, would you take any questions from the guests? Anybody in the chat got any questions? Would you be available for that?
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
You ain't got the answer, and if you don't want to answer, you ain't got the answer.
Okay.
You family here. You ain't got the answer. So family. If you and if anything else you want to share, you can bring it on forth.
Okay.
So listen, family. I just put the link in there. If you have a question, if the sister don't want to ask the question, that's fine. I want to give the sister a chance to be able to just release. So, is there anything that I didn't ask that you would like to share?
Well, he usually tries to get certain chapters to apply for nonprofits, so that he could get the grant money, because that's what he did with my chapter. I was the one that had filed and bought, put up the money so that we could become a nonprofit. He put himself down as director, which I didn't. That was my first time doing any of that stuff, so I didn't know that director means if we got funds, it would go straight to him. But that's like little stuff that he would do to play us.
How much in all do you think that he's manipulating people out of? If you could put a number to it.
Yeah, I would say average from the people I've talked to, 3,000 and more.
This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. So let me see something. Let me see something real quick. You know Mo Black?
Yes,
You met Mo Black before?
absolutely. Up in Louisville.
Mo Black 100, ain't she?
Yep.
There she go. Mo Black.
Hey, Mo.
What going on, Grand Sheik?
Hey sis, you back in the building. I see you got the blowout when you go out. How you doing? Why you going to the club? Look at you. Why you on your way to?
You sound
Hold up.
weird as
Hold up,
hell.
family. Mo got the blowout when she go out and got the divine
Man, don't
circle
start
around the
no
neck.
motherfucking shit, Grand Sheik. Look, I've been in the streets today, man. I had some business to take care of. Normally, you catch me in the house. I've been did some laundry or I've been cooking and shit, but today I've been in the street. But I want to make this shit right here clear. Everybody ain't laid up with Ali motherfucking ass.
No, but did he come? Hey Mo, you gotta stop cussing. Mo, hey Mo. Oh, Mo done dropped off. Hey, Mo. Mo go from 0 to 100, but good night. Listen, Grand Sheik with that BS. Oh man. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. This is serious. Let's get Mo on here real quick. Thank you so much, Malika. I appreciate you. We ain't done yet. We got Mo on. Hey Mo. Come on, Mo. Obama been gone too long for you still had that phone, Mo. Get rid of that Obama phone. She trying to pull it all in. Let me wait till Mo get all in. Let me see. We got Maclo 95. What up, Maclo? What's happening?
Yo, what's goody?
Salute. Hey, brother, listen.
Yo,
I'm just here.
listen.
Just here to give our
this,
people
right?
the voice that they didn't have
Let me cut you off the
on
TV.
this level. So
Yo,
I'm so grateful for sisters like Malika, Mo Black, and all those that came on, Tiffany. I'm so grateful for them, and I'm glad that I can be of service because this stuff is ridiculous. This stuff has got to stop. He should not recover from this.
Bro, to women, to men, like, he's a little boy, bro. I'm gonna have to say that. I'm 25 and I just don't like what I'm seeing, bro. Like, we're the leaders that are supposed to guide us. Like, you know, we got so many imposters out there, bro, and our ancestors just watching and they turning in their grave.
Absolutely.
Know? And everybody, they all come in like they mean good and they mean well, but it's all for profit.
But let me tell you something, Maglo. The purpose of these type of shows, many people may think it's to ridicule or to throw somebody under the bus recklessly. But in fact, this has got to come. You know, many people don't believe in the Bible no more. And you can tell by the way that the world is, but it's something the Bible say, destruction must come. Jesus in the Bible talks about, I come with a sword, not for peace. So sometimes destruction have to come before peace can come on board. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to destroy this madness. We have to destroy this madness. You ain't got to believe in the Bible, but the principle of it's like when you look at like a volcano or something, and that molten rock roll over the earth and burns everything down. And then you give it about 20 years, beautiful vegetation comes right back up. And that's what we have to do.
It's gonna have to be bloodshed.
We need exactly. We need to get
have to be bloodshed.
Oh, that's what it's going to come to, right? Let me tell you right now, because I can see that as of right now, because we are in the social media era, this era, the information era, is the beginning of the closing chapter of this madness. The next step is what you just talked about. Guaranteed.
Yeah, we're not ready yet. We're not angry enough.
Oh, it's going to be a little. It's going to take a little time.
Yeah, everybody.
But that's the next step.
Everybody's still going to the clubs. Even during the pandemic, people still want to party. Like, we're not ready yet. Our mind is not. Like you said, one thing about us, we don't like to stay on task.
Man, we'll change up in a minute. And Malika stays straight on task tonight. I can appreciate that. You ever notice when people come on here, we never stay focused on the thought?
Yeah.
Like, man, I appreciate you, bro. Any questions you want to ask?
I just got one question for you, Grand Sheik. I got one question for you, bro.
Uh-oh.
I just want to know, like, for people that are in their 20s and in their 20s, or they're going to be in their late 20s and things like that, and they're going through this era of not feeling like, the community, or, well, not even feeling like there is a community. Like, what do you feel like these people should do? Whether they're in a gang, whether they're blood or crip, you know what I mean? Or, like I just want to put this out there. My girlfriend, she's Mexican and Salvadorian. You feel me? And so I always enlighten her about, Black culture and, the struggles and things like that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, sometimes it feels hard because even though I'm telling her about these things, she doesn't really understand how it is because, like, I'm stepping outside and I'm experiencing it, as a Black man. You feel what I'm saying?
So I think ultimately this was going to have to happen. This is real talk. People not going to like what I'm about to say. So we created this organization called the Alliance for Political Accountability. And what that organization is about is that brothers such as yourself must hold yourself accountable to become active politically. Remember that the Black Panther Party was a political party. It was a political party. You see what I'm saying? The guns was to defend the neighborhood against invasion and intruders. It wasn't for marching. It was to defend and patrol the neighborhood from invasion by the police and misappropriation of power by the police. We need to get back to the political side, and we need to organize like that. If we had the numbers, we are so emotional. So when we start waving guns, we think that's power. That's no power. That's no power. Only time a gun is power when you can use it to take power.
Right.
Waving a gun is no power. Only time it's power. Let me show you when a gun is power. When that European fly a drone and hit Uday and Kusei while they taking a poop and cooking eggs in the morning. That's when a gun is powerful. You see what I'm saying? In reality, the other form of power is political power. Police assaults on our people is political. That's political. The laws allow that to happen. You follow what I'm saying? The laws allow that to happen. So, in short, we need to organize. Not on social media. We need to organize on the ground. And we need to begin to move politically. And if we got to defend ourselves, then we go and defend ourselves. But these Europeans, that ran up in the DC demonstration, that was all political.
Yeah.
They was mad because of the politics didn't work in their favor.
Yeah.
It's all political. I'm telling you. So that doesn't mean that we're not ready to go fist the cuff and bang and bang. That doesn't mean that. But we need to begin to organize politically, because originally the Black Panthers was about political power and defending the community. That's where we got to go. So brothers like you, when I make the call, stand up. And the thing about your girlfriend or your wife, you know, she experienced the same thing. It's just a different variation.
Yeah, she
experienced the same thing.
She always tells me that. Yeah,
it's just a different variation.
Yeah.
Listen, anybody who have melanin in their skin, no matter how little or how much, you will experience this one way or the other. Many people that come from countries in South America, they kind of
didn't even accept her. Her own people, she said, even like when she was young and she wanted to play with the Mexican kids or whatever, they wouldn't even accept her.
It's the same thing. The European has done what Malika was talking about that Ali has done. Ali is a colonized mind. So what the colonizer does is he make the Mexican fight with those from name a country, any country, Venezuela. He had the Venezuelan think he's better than somebody that's in Brazil, and have them all fighting against each other. Now, if you fight me, I'm fighting her. But in fact, that's how he maintains his control.
Yeah,
Ali is doing it on a microcosmic level. This chapter, don't know this chapter, keep that chapter from this chapter, don't put no men in here, promote the women. Ain't that what the European do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Promote the women. The same thing. It's the same exact thing. And so, but in your behalf, your woman, she experienced the same thing. It's just a different variation. You know what I mean? So we all got to be in this fight together, because guess what? At the end of the day, the European or the European mind, whether it perpetuated through us, is the same no matter time, no space.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's the same. You know what I mean? So I salute you. I got a brother I got to bring on real quick. I see you got RBPP, Valdosta in the building. So salute my brother. I appreciate you, bro. And tell your woman, don't worry about it. All right, everybody got to wait. Everybody got to wait. We got the big bro in here from Valdosta, Georgia.
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? How you doing, Grand Sheep?
Hold up. He about to come for me.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you? Brother, what brings you to the show tonight? I see you representing that RBPP.
No, I ain't really representing no more. I just I was trying to get on my other account, but something went wrong with it. So this the only account that will let me get on.
And you from Valdosta, Georgia?
Correct.
Oh man, so this is the thing, bro. Hold up, don't say too much yet. You know, sister from Philly, you from Valdosta. We done had people from all around the country. You know what I'm saying? What brings you to the show?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a lot of stuff that he did around here that, in Valdosta, I'm not currently in Valdosta right now, but it was a lot of stuff that he did around Valdosta that didn't sit right with me.
And what was that? And I'm glad. Let me say, I'm glad that you come forth, because, like I said earlier, you know how we get down. You know what I mean? Like, man, he really got me. He really played some games. You know what I'm saying? And we don't be wanting to come forward. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that's really healing for me is be like, now, excuse me, sisters, if you ever been gotten by a sister before, and you got to admit it to yourself, you know what I mean? You be like, man, your homeboy's like, man, she played you played, man, go ahead. And then you pull up, you circle around and see the dude come out the house, and you be like, man, Yeah,
Right,
it
right,
is what
right,
it
right.
is. And so, but it's healing. It's healing. So I'm glad that you came on. So, brother, what
So I
happened
appreciate it.
with Valdosta, Georgia?
Well, I want to talk about how I first, you know what I'm saying, became a part of the RBPP.
Bro, do you want to come in tomorrow? You can come in. We going on 11 o'clock. You can come in and tell your story, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. You know, I
If you
can.
got
I really
you got how long you was with RBPP?
not long. I mean, I felt some against them at the jump.
Malika, Malika,
Yeah,
and my brother like,
Yeah.
listen. We gave about
it was some
almost
about
3
them at the
months.
jump. You know,
Right.
like when we got deployed to Louisville, Kentucky, I seen something wrong with that. Like Malika, you was there, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I seen something wrong with that. Like, yeah,
What
it was,
It was off.
and
yeah.
what happened in what you say, Kentucky?
Yeah, it like we ran into this other girl. She was supposed to be the general over Louisville, Kentucky. And we met up in like this parking lot. She came, she pulled up and she had like 30 people with her. You know, they all got out the car with like pumps and assault rifles and machetes, all kind of stuff just to approach us. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking crazy. Like I don't even know I don't know what the world going on. I'm trying not to cuss on the scope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking crazy. Like I don't know what's going on. Like you feel me? And she was just directing everything towards him. Like you ain't no chief. You ain't no chief this. You ain't no chief that. Like you know what I'm saying? She was just cussing him out. And I'm looking at him like, what's going on? Like, but he couldn't say nothing. Like his mouth was just closed. Like
Wow.
yeah,
And
he Man, I don't know what was going on, bro. I don't know whether I should have, you know what I'm saying, pulled my gun or what. Like, you
No,
feel
good
me?
thing you
But
didn't.
that sound like the brothers and sisters. Was that the brothers and sisters that was? I don't know. Let me leave that alone. That sound like that they was waiting for him to pull up.
yeah, no, see what happened was we was there first. We was supposed to be there for an armed march. And I guess they found out about it. And she found out where we was and they pulled up to where we was. And when they got out the car and stuff, like I said, they came with all kind of weapons and stuff, you know, but they ain't give me no reason, you know what I'm saying, to really be like, well, they after me. They was really directing it towards him. Like, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, ain't you supposed to be the chief over this? Like, why is this soldier talking to you like this? You know what I'm saying? And what's really going on? But I later on figured out it was a lot of it was a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it was some bull crap behind it. You know what I'm
So,
saying? And now I'm seeing what the bull crap was.
so almost in a majority of the cities that he went to, that he stirred up so much confusion that he could never go back.
Right. And
Yep.
Milwaukee was one of those.
Milwaukee. Tomorrow, I may have a serious Milwaukee guest, but I need to see the schedule. But if you're available tomorrow, bro, you're welcome to come on and share your story. I think you should, because I think it just helps people to heal. And I think what we need to do as we wrap up, because there's going to come a time we're going to have to wrap this up. But I think what we need to wrap it up and do is we need to have that healing show, and open the door so we can all come together and be able to move forward. And if you still wish to be active in your community, let's reorganize and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of created something
There we go.
afterwards, you know. I
There
kind of
we go.
created something, but it's not a Black Panther Party.
Right. And
You
and
know,
the
we
thing
got the
is,
same interior motives at the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party, but it's not RBPP.
and I really do think that they have stained that name so much that um due to the infiltration of the Black Panther Party from the beginning, you follow me? And what has happened in this era of time, I think it's in the best interest to move past that at this point. At this point, it's too many people that have been proven to be compromised under
Right,
that brand.
right.
And it'd be hard to recover on that brand. Anything you want to say in closing, brother? You on Facebook?
Yeah, Ashley Jeremy Johnson. You can look me up on Facebook. It's
Message
Johnson
me. I
Johnson
want you to
Jeremy.
message me.
All right, I got you.
I want you to message me so we can build and maybe get this, because we're going on a series this week. And
I see we got a whole Netflix series on them right now.
Yeah, we're going on the series this week. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything you want to add, Sister Malika, before I bring in the next person? You hear me?
Malika?
No, I was asking you, brother. Anything you wanted to add, Sister Malika?
Oh, no, not at the moment. No.
Thank you, my brother.
I could inbox or something.
Please message me on Facebook. And brother, I would love to see you when I come to Georgia. I'm coming to Georgia soon, brother. I'm going to be in the West End. I got a lecture coming up, exposing the infiltrator. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And okay. I may be in the West End. We're trying to solidify the place right now, but stay posted, bro. If I'm in the ATL, bro, you got to pull up.
I will, most definitely.
Salute. You know that people gonna be pulling up with their YouTube cameras on me. Come
most
outside.
Definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
The YouTube camera. So I salute you, my brother. We got a whole line up here. Let me get some of these people in there that want to ask some questions. Thanks again, brother. Please message me so we can carry the message to the people in a little bit. All right.
All right, Black Power.
All right. Peace and love, family. Let me see who we got next. Here? Let me get Black Knight. Mo, you gotta wait, Mo. Mo, you be going in, Mo. Don't go nowhere, Mo Black. Don't go nowhere. We got Black Knight in the building. Black Knight, you in the building?
I'm here, brother. Can you hear me?
What did I do?
Let me tell you something, Tahaka. I'm getting in touch with you from Australia, mate.
I've
been watching.
I'm a mate. Hold up. I'm a mate
You're
tonight. I'm a bloke. I'm a bloke. Now, none of you YouTubers can say that. Yeah, I'm a mate and a bloke. Now, how about that? Take that,
Tahaka, let me tell you something.
Talk to me, my brother.
Brother, you've been doing the right thing. I'm telling you, keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about the drama, mate. Keep doing what you're doing.
Can you call me a bloke?
Malika.
Call me a bloke.
Hey, he's a good bloke. You know what a bloke is? He's just a good guy, mate. He's just a good guy. Yeah, that's what a bloke is. He's just a good guy. You know, I got offended by that word the first time I heard it. Hey, I didn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Let me tell you something. I used to listen. When people don't know about me, I used to watch Animal Planet, and man, my favorite guy was the crocodile guy.
The crocodile, the crocodile. Oh, what's his name?
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
Man, I love that guy, man. He was my guy. I don't really rock with a lot of peens, but he was at the top of my list.
He was the man.
Man, if you wrestle a crocodile, you all right with
me? Hey, brother. I'm loving your show, man. I like the way that you're calling out all these agents, these informants. People who are not doing the right thing by our people, man. We got to start calling out the people who are doing a disservice, man. To be honest with you, Tahaka, I'll tell you something, man. I've met Jamal. I know Jamal. Yeah? And if you ask Jamal will tell you. I called Jamal out the first time I met him because he was young and dumb, okay? And when I saw him on your show, I saw how much he matured, bro. And I'm telling you, I trust and believe what he's talking about. Ali is a pimp, bro. He's not an agent. I'm gonna tell you now, he's not an agent. I served in the military. I know about military and all about intelligence and all of that, bro. But I'm gonna tell you something. He ain't an agent. He's just a fucking informant. He's probably just a snake who's just trying to get over on the people. All right, Sister Malika, you just confirmed all of that. He's guerrilla pimping. He's getting over on the people. And we need to start dropping people like that, man. And when I say drop, I don't mean necessarily we got to take them out, but we got to get them out of the picture, man. Get them away from the people. Stop disrupting. Stop trying to, stop the movement that we got happening. Bro, look, I can tell you more, mate. I can tell you more.
Hey, bro, all you got to do is reach out to me. We're going to have a conversation, bro. Why don't you on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Send me a message on Facebook, and we're going to have a collective conversation this week.
I'm gonna hit you up, Tahaka, because I'm gonna tell you, man, my background. When you find out about it, you'll know why I do what I do. You'll know why I live where I live, and I understand the movement. That's why I had to get away from it for a while myself, man. It's
And
too
I
many
want,
people. It's too many people that's disrupting, man.
yeah,
We
and the
gotta
thing
really get
is,
real, man.
Black Knight, do you know I was talking to my brother Akhenaten today. I say never in history have you seen, and not patting myself on the back, have you seen agents be exposed in real time? Or when I say agents, informants,
Yeah,
disruptors,
yeah, yeah.
those who call,
Disruptors.
never in real time. This is the first time in history that we are able, think about it. We usually find out when it's all said and done.
But that's
But
that's the beauty of media, bro. That's the
in
beauty of
real
media
time,
now.
we
Yes,
calling it out. You
this
see
the
the
beauty
Crystal
of media,
Muhammad thing?
brother. I've seen it all. My background is media. This is how I know what's happening right now. We're
Bro,
moving
did you
fast.
notice the
We're
Crystal
fast moving.
Muhammad is leading people for a movie shoot?
Mate, let me tell you something. 30 years in the movement and she's doing what she's doing. Let me tell you something. If she's 30 years in the movement doing what she's doing, she's been disrupting for a long
She,
time, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's been
She's
disrupting
been
for a long
compromised.
time. And you know what? I look, as much as it might hurt her feelings, come clean. Come clean. If you want to be good with the people, come clean. Get on to Hawker's show. Let's talk about it. Let's get down. Let's clean up all the mess, man. That's what it's all about. We got to clean up the mess. It's a lot of look, as much as we don't want this stuff public that's going on, it has to be public now because that's the way media works now.
And
Social
they
media has
recruiting
changed the
public.
game.
They recruiting public.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
advertise
Bro,
publicly.
I
That's
look,
how Sister
bro,
Malika
I
got
saw
into the
bro, I applied for
formation.
the bro, I applied for the Black Panther Party years ago online. Didn't hear anything back, but guess what? It was online years ago. We talking more than 8, 10 years ago. So what I'm saying is the way that social media works now, it's changed the whole medium. I'm talking about everything. What you see on broadcast TV, it ain't even as fast as it used to be. Because right now you
Not at
got
all.
social media. Yeah. Before it used to be newspapers. When it was newspapers, made the news was 3 and 4 days old. 3 and 4
Now
days
it's
old.
instant.
It's
Instant.
instant. It's instant. So whether somebody's lying or telling the truth, it's who's get to the punch first. And now we have to start getting on platforms like yours to break it down and figure out who's telling the truth and who's not. But guess what? The truth is always gonna come out, bro. It's gonna
Absolutely.
always come out, and you can't hide it. So no matter how much Ali wants to play the game, no matter how much he has people who play the game with him, it's all gonna come out, mate. But the problem is just hurting the people right now. It's hurting the
Absolutely.
people. It's hurting the people who are trying to do the work. Like seeing somebody like Mo Black, mate. Let me tell you something. You know that sister's real. When that sister
100.
show up, 100%, man, with the cussing and everything, I'm telling you,
She
she
gonna cuss
real.
me out in a minute.
She real. She real.
But
Yeah.
she love me.
But and you know what? She love the people.
She love the people. That's what I'm talking
Everything that
about.
I heard come out of her mouth, man, it touched my spirit. That sister
Yes.
loves the people. She loves the
Absolutely.
people. Yeah. So we just got to get real about it to Hawker. And like I said, brother, I want to get on with you. I wanna try to bring some light to this thing. I want to try to bring some real spirit to this thing. We got to start getting out of this the way that society has taught us to react to things and deal with things. We deal with things too emotionally, and we get caught up when somebody says something we don't like. You get on here and you say things, and people get upset with you. Man, for real. Look, bro, somebody showing up in front of your house the way they did, man, you know what? I'm still hot about that.
Yeah.
I'm still hot about that.
Um,
Come show up at mine. Show
Black
up at
Knight.
mine and see what happens.
Everybody ain't gonna take in consideration that you live on Facebook. You be a disaster live on YouTube, showing up at the wrong person house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You be a
Showing up at
disaster.
the wrong person's house, man.
Yeah. But
Hey,
with
and you know what? I don't play no matter where we at, bro. I don't care where we are. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be B1 first. And like I said, let's clean this mess up, man.
and
That's what
and,
I'm
and,
all about. Let's
and
clean
Black
the
Knight,
mess up.
that's what I'm on too. And I think that out of this, we can really get the real to come forth as they came on this show, and we can begin to operate within our own network to find out who's who when they show up.
That's
That's
right.
what's important. That we can find out who's who when they show up. We know who you are because somebody know you and somebody can verify you.
Hey,
Period.
just a quick one, Tahaka. I want you to keep this in mind when we talk next time. I went back to one of your old videos where you did the interview with Malik Shabazz. All right. Now, Tahaka, where the NOI was policing the community, it should have never stopped. Because we be just like the Jews policing our own communities right now, and we wouldn't even have this issue right now.
But you know what happened? They're not going to like that I say this. You know what happened, right?
Oh yeah, I know what happened.
The government cut the money.
They cut the money. Yes. But you know what, Tahaka? Let them cut the money. We still should have kept policing ourselves. Do it for love. We should have kept policing our own, and we wouldn't have these issues right now. So we need to talk about how we police our own and clean this mess up. We put our own money into it. I bet you that the government won't stop us from policing our own people. I bet you that.
I think what we need to do is we need to utilize Moorish World TV for what it is. You know,
that's right.
Being able to connect the right people together so we can actually put this on the ground and keep it on the ground into the next generations. How in the world do these Europeans continue to go on into the next generation with the organization 30, 50, 100 years ago, and it's still going on? What is that? The YMCA.
Yes.
I mean, the YMCA, they didn't put pools in the YMCA. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
That's
we can't create something that gonna have longevity. What's wrong with us?
That's
so
right.
I agree, bro. We need to put these things on the ground. I know this thing for Alliance for Political Accountability. I think we should be able to move on all fronts politically, go to our community and be able to protect and serve our community the way that it's supposed to be done. You know what I mean?
Right.
I really believe that we can do that. And I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to step forth and do it. And a lot of people are going to be mad because we are cutting the purse straps.
Hey,
this is why people are mad.
Tahaka, keep bringing our people along. Keep bringing the truth. All right.
Think about this, Black Knight.
I want to say these sisters. I want to say these sisters too before you say that one, brother. Study Fannie Lou Hamer, because a lot of these sisters are falling into that right now. They starting to act like Fannie Lou. They starting to fight like Fannie Lou. And I think more and more sisters need to understand that lady and what she was all about. That lady fought harder than most men. So it ain't about a man being in leadership. We need sisters who are ready to fight. We need sisters who will stand up and speak it loud and they'll take that punishment and put some out too.
Hey, brother, and didn't you hear me when I said that's why I initially supported Crystal Muhammad? Because I seen that, and then after she supported one who was obvious.
Bro, I could tell you were 100. I could tell you were 100 behind Crystal until she started acting up, bro. And I'm disappointed with her at that because I trusted that she was 100, and she showed that she wasn't, mate. I'm telling you, she showed it.
So what can I do once you show that? And my thing is this, before I let you go, my thing is this. You can get mad at me all day, but the best defense is prove my information wrong.
I'm with you on that.
Prove that I'm lying.
I'm with you on that.
That will shut me down.
I'm with you on that.
All you got to do is prove that Tahaka Bey is lying and embellishing.
That's right.
Discredit me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else ain't gonna work.
Hey, you know something most people don't agree with, but you know how you can check a lot of this foolishness? The same thing that Scientologists do. You know what Scientologists do to people when they want to come in? They audit you.
Yeah.
They audit you. They audit you. And not only do they audit you when you first come in, they keep auditing you. Because they hear that you've done something silly or something that's against the organization, they're gonna sit you down and audit you again. And guess what? Through those audits, the truth comes out. It comes out. Brother, let's do this again. I'm gonna hit you up on Facebook.
Facebook message me. I'm putting the show together tomorrow. Let's get it.
Let's get it, bro.
All right, peace, my brother.
Love
Peace,
you,
Mike.
Peace,
I'm a blow. Thank you, Malika, for sticking around, Malika. But I got Sister Stacy here. How you going, Sister Stacy? Hold up, now. I'm a little bit nervous now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, but I see you got the American flag on, and every time I got the American flag, people say I'm a sellout. So I'm a little bit nervous now. What's going on here?
It's covering my gray roots.
Oh, all right. That's why I wear mine too. But see, my roots.
Okay. Anyways, I it's been a long time since I called in. First, I want to say to Malika, thanks for coming on the show and telling your story. And I think you should start your own organization because you seem like a upstanding young woman who has a great career, and being on the Southern Poverty Law Center's like list or on the FBI's radar is not what you want.
Right.
You know? That's something that's going to follow you for the rest of your life, especially because they're changing the credit system eventually, where it's going to be a social credit score. So where that may impact you to buy like a house, a car, or whatever in the future. You know, they're changing things. So I think you should start your own organization because you can do so much more. You don't need guns and, you know, Black Panthers to like change the world and do good. Right, Taharka Bay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So
absolutely.
Good luck to you. Go start your own organization. You're an intelligent young lady. You seem very upstanding, and you should go and do your own thing. That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Stacy. I appreciate you.
Wait, no, Target, I gotta say a couple of things. I got a list.
No, you good. Come on, the floor is yours. This is your show.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you when you first had Crystal on and you were asking her about the other Black Panther. Remember? Am I off of here?
No, you good. You good. I was.
Okay, remember when you were asking Crystal about the other Black Panther and she was like, "Oh no, we're separate." Remember?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that was a big red flag. Right?
Absolutely.
Because it was that story, she told a shady story, right? Like, oh, like this is what happened. Then I became the chairman. And then also, remember her face.
If you look my body language, I was like, it wasn't really adding up. But what I do is this. The reason why, remember when I did the presentation, when I went back and I said, I sent this text. I said, I didn't want to forget it before I went to sleep. Do you know somebody named Ali?
Yep.
That was after the first show.
And she didn't.
If you look at the date,
then she wanted to get his number from you. Remember?
Yeah. That was after the first show because I'm like, hold up. Her story really wasn't adding up. Let me see what type of history she had. I wasn't investigating her. I just wanted to see the history. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, you have to investigate everybody, though. Like I investigated.
But at that time, I wasn't investigating her. I wanted to see the history. And this guy named Ali pops up, says that he's her assistant. And she says she doesn't know Ali.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple other things. I'll be fast because I know you got to go. Okay, so the fake lynchings. Remember all the lynchings she was investigating that nobody ever heard of? Like in this era of Black Lives Matter burning everything down, don't you think we would have heard about some lynchings?
Remember when I said, see, you be on point, Stacy. Remember when I said, I never heard of none of this stuff.
Exactly.
I was like, where did this? And I wasn't being facetious. I was honestly, sis, I was like, sis, I never heard of this. Where was this?
Exactly. Look
Where
at
did
Jesse
this happen?
Smollett. Look how blown up the Jesse Smollett got. Like if someone really got lynched or maybe lynched, it would have been all over the place. Okay, the other thing is like her cartoonish vocabulary. The pig. I'll get the pig down with Whitey. It's like she watched a black exploitation flick. You know what I mean?
You sound terrible too.
Sucker. Oh, the pig. Whitey, down with Whitey. I mean, just like a goddamn caricature, right? Like, just like, okay, no one talks like that. Nobody talks. Even like the most Black Power Revolutionary doesn't talk like that. That's ridiculous. Okay. And then, okay, the other thing, why she brought Alli on there is because like Malika and everyone else, like the veil is falling. You know what I mean? The mask is slipping. Like they need to find new revenues of income because like they're living
Right.
off of this. This is their job. They need new revenues of income. This is their job. Their
You're
job
right.
is you guys. And so she was like, "Oh, Taparka Bay really likes me. He has this huge platform." So they were planning on using you as a source of revenue. Okay, and so yeah, because their
Yep.
revenue streams are dying. And and the other thing I was to say is like I think the mask is slipping on a lot of organizations like Tamika Mallory and my son, like Black
Oh
Lives
my
Matter,
goodness.
which I've intensely like when I was on my 3 months of quarantine, all I did was investigate Black Lives Matter. If people really knew all the
It's
you
bad.
know
It's
evil
bad.
satanic white people that were behind that, like they would like curl up and like cry. Like it's
And
ridiculous.
and
And
I
so,
tell you, I give
to go ahead.
I
Go
wanted to
ahead.
say, I researched it real heavy, but something else is always coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted to do a
yeah,
story on it. And
yeah.
my son, I really like my son. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but
I don't want
but
it to be what it
my
is.
song's worth $5 million now
Yeah,
and
he's an
living in a
opportunist,
doorman building.
unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, and like Tamika Mallory was raised up by the biggest grifter of all time, Al Sharpton. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, they don't want any solutions. They don't want to fix anything. They want more dead black men so they can get paid. Really, honestly.
that's it. That's it. I said it on the show that they ambulance tracers and they're chasing situations that would grab them a headline and that becomes their promotion.
Yeah, I mean, what if
That's
they
their
just
advertisement.
yeah, what if they just focus on everyone that was killed last weekend in Chicago? You know what I mean? Every
Oh,
weekend they have like more people that they can focus on. And
yeah,
so this is what I'm
Baltimore
gonna
like that.
yeah. So this is the last thing I'm going to say. Like if people really want to help and make a change, like you don't have to even start an organization. You could become a big brother, a big sister. Like if you really want to make Black Lives Matter, be a big brother, a big sister, become a foster parent, adopted a black child, especially a boy that's in foster care. Like you could be a tutor. If you have money, you could sponsor a private school education, volunteer. Like be like hands on the ground. Like
That's
like
right.
I do understand like the nostalgia of like the Black Panthers and everything, but like, like anyone who's on social media, I mean, I'm not saying you know what I mean, but I'm just saying
Yeah, I
the
get it.
bullshit
Go
on
ahead,
social
say it.
media, it's not real. Oh, and then okay,
Absolutely.
my last thing, I know I gotta go. My last thing, okay, I'm gonna say this in a way that doesn't get us like blocked or whatever. Remember your friend that was on, they were talking about like, the thing they want to stick in our arm?
Right.
The sharp thing. Did you ever have that show?
I didn't have that show, but I'm in communication with the guy, and that show is coming right after this.
Oh, I need to email you a bunch of information because you know what? I was beginning to think your friend's on Bill Gates' payroll. Your one friend,
Which one?
the
Oh,
one
what
that
show?
the one that loves the things that stick in your arm.
Oh, you talking about Unk.
Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah, that was really strange, wasn't it?
he is like completely like uneducated. There's actually a website for the CDC. It's called VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Reaction website. You can see every negative thing that's happened from everyone that's been vaccinated.
Yeah, you got to email me that. You got
Okay,
to
I like
email me that.
don't have the show for like a week. Let me gather a bunch of information, email it to you.
Excellent. Please do. Please do. You
Because
got my email,
I
right?
thought your friend was crazy. I was like, oh my god, he's on Bill Gates'
And
payroll.
I know him slightly, you know what I mean? Not much, but I know him slightly. But I'm not surprised that he would be taking a check. These people come from poverty. They're drug addicts, former drug addicts, trying to pull it together. And like you just said, social media, YouTube, this stuff be fake. It do. It really
Yeah,
do.
exactly. And he was saying he's like, I have subscriptions to all these medical journals. That stuff's fake too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to research that on your own. Like, I don't even look at normal news. I have all my little secret websites. I'll send those to you too. You know, where you can find like real information. Just like, like the stuff that, like, we're being censored. Like, we're being
Absolutely.
heavily censored.
Absolutely.
You saw what happened to Hagler, right? The boxer. You know what happened to him, and then what was that famous baseball, Hank Aaron?
Yes, sir. I mean, yes,
And
ma'am. Yeah.
yeah, here comes someone else. Oh no, that's Mo Black.
That's Mo Black.
Okay, Tarek, I'm gonna let you go. Mo Black, you look beautiful tonight.
That's right, Mo Black.
Yes.
Go out. Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I'll send you some emails. Malika, good luck with everything. Stay strong.
Thank you.
I'll be looking for those emails. I'm an avid reader and researcher.
Give me a week. I gotta send you all the stuff, okay? Take care.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Peace and love. Bye.
Peace and love. Mo Black. I know I took a long time, Mo Black. I don't want no trouble. Hold up, boy. I know you yelling, and that's why your mic ain't on. You can't hear me, and we can't hear you. You gonna calm down, my sister? Big Mo Black.
My mic ain't on.
It's on down, Mo
Don't
Black.
start no motherfucking shit to her. You not already talked about me talking about I got a blowout. I ain't got no motherfucking blowout. I just called my hair today. I ain't somewhere to be, goddamn.
Hey Mo, you try to come on more TV and get these brothers acting all crazy up here. That's what you try. I know what you try to do.
I ain't somewhere to be today. You with the shit out there.
You try to rile up bourgeois TV brotherhood right here.
What I miss?
Put on your glasses. Go ahead, Mo.
Are you so full of shit? You so full of shit.
Hey, Mo, talk to
I'm
me,
blind in the motherfucker. You didn't know it. I just don't wear these David Ruffin ass glasses all the time.
You
I put
good?
them on sometimes.
You good, Mo? What's up? What's happening? Sister Malika on here. What you want to share with us?
That's my girl.
Yes. Black Power Mo.
That's my girl. She been my A1 day one since we left Louisville. She contacted me. I talked to her, I had to tell her, she was, do you want, you know how I talk, Malika, fuck that. Look, she was scared, man. I had to tell her to go to a gun range. She sent me some videos. Malika was in there, learning how to shoot them yappers. You heard me? I was so proud of her. Because she was scared. She was scared. I'm like, why is you scared of Hubert? This nigga is 5'4", I slapped the fuck out of him, man. But they about the same height, though.
You know what, Mo Black? The thing is, it's not him. It's how he manipulate people. That is
he manipulated me too, Grand Street, but I ain't scared of his ass.
What I'm saying is how he manipulate people is the dangerous thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna do nothing, but his manipulation runs so deep. One of these fools may act out his nonsense. So I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She hurt my feelings too. Because she wasn't going to come on the show. I'm finna talk about it, don't I, Malika? I'm finna talk about it. I don't give a damn. But she hurt my feelings.
I talked to Malika a while ago.
All us speaking out, you know what I'm saying? And, I feel he really did damage to her.
Yeah.
In certain things that she didn't talk about, it ain't for me to speak on. But I know. And he did damage to her, man. And I told her, but you know how I talk, Grand. She know how I talk. And I kind of called her out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I referenced her
leave her alone.
as being a punk. And that hurted her feelings, and she blocked me for a minute. That shit hurted my motherfucking feelings.
Oh, you go too hard sometime, though, Mo.
I don't mean a harm.
Mo, you go too hard sometimes. Just like right now, Malika. Everybody.
But you know what, Grand Chic, I don't be meaning no harm though.
But Mo, what I'm saying is, Mo, you go hard, right? Some people, they need to work their way up to getting to the point where they muster up the strength in order to let it all out. You know what I'm saying? You just let it all out from the gate. You know what I'm saying? It's like me. I had to learn how to sit back and watch people. I mean, one time when you used to be fake, I'm like, get your fake tail out. Now I just let you reveal your fakeness to me. But back in the day, I wasn't like that. Soon as you show the first sign of fake, I'm going to check you. But now what I learned is that I will lay back now. You know what I'm saying? Right. And let you convince me how fake you are. And then I would say, here's the check. Here's the balance. You fake. Let it ride. You know what I mean? So it takes some time. And Sister Malika, even taking this step is a big step, sis. This is a big step.
Give her ass a hand clap. Because if it wasn't for me pushing her, she wouldn't have came out here.
Well, that's praise the Lord to you.
She wouldn't have came out here.
That's
but
excellent.
I pushed her. But, you know, I ain't going to say I apologize because I ain't do no motherfucking wrong. I don't apologize.
Hey Mo, if she call you, you gonna pull up?
Shit, what? Emma, she already know this. She hits me up sometime 3-4 in the motherfucking morning, and I'm laying in the bed with this nigga, and he raised up. I be like, motherfucker, lay back down. He already know who it is. Lay your ass down.
Hey Mo.
And I holler at her, you know what I'm saying? It's my girl on the hook. I got to holler at her. Shit, man, lay your ass down, nigga.
I ain't gonna front. Mo Black hit me up, say, do I need to come to Baltimore? I
like, no. I swear to God, I be with the shits at all times.
Mo was like, when they pulled up with the YouTube, Mo was like, do I need to come to Baltimore? I will come right now.
But for real though, Grand Sheik, when it's on some real shit, I will. But I don't like bullshit though. I ain't coming for no bullshit. But on some real shit, like I don't like what Ali doing, man. This shit ain't right. This shit ain't cool. A motherfucker go, man. The nigga ain't need hat to a motherfucking grasshopper. The nigga sit on the curb and can swing his legs. How does we come to let this motherfucker get away with this bullshit?
Right.
How?
Hey Mo. It's 11:31. I gotta we gonna do a wrap-up show. You coming on the wrap-up show on Thursday?
I'm coming on this motherfucker every time you drop the link, Grand Sheik.
All right. So let me get the other two in here. I gotta get out of here.
Can I say something?
Nah, not tonight. Nah, I'm playing. I'm just
Black
playing,
Power, Grand Sheik, Akhenaten Bay. That's all I want to say. Black Power to all the great. No, not Black Power. What you say? Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light.
We want peace and love. We need more peace. We need more love.
I dig y'all niggas, man. I like y'all. I like y'all.
And we love you too. Hey, and tell your king, I'll be praying for him because you tough, Sis Mo. You tough.
Nah, don't you need to pray for him because that motherfucker been sleeping on the couch for the past 3 nights. He 2 steps away from the outside of the door. The only reason I ain't put him out because he got to pay for this Lexus truck. That's the only reason I ain't put him out.
Oh, stop, Mo.
I'm dead ass serious.
Oh, my
he heard me. He's sitting in there right now. Probably got his ear to the door.
Mo, I'm about to give him my number. I gotta teach him put his foot down.
Oh, don't get that mind fucked up. Don't do that.
All right, Mo. I
don't
just
get him fucked up.
Hey, what? Peace and love, Mo. I see you next show. Call in next show.
Black Power.
Indeed, baby. Mo is something. Malika, you got a tough sister on your hands. Woo!
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Miss Mo Black. All right, we got 2 people in here. We can't be long. Sis Malika was waiting for questions, and we just got a whole bunch of entertainment. So I got King back in the building. I want all the smoke with all the fancy background and all that. You know that.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
So let's start with King T. King T, what you got to add to the conversation?
Bro, we got infiltrators and traitors and, you know what I'm saying, you bro, watching this show, coming on this show, pretend like they be on other platforms talking about our people. You know what I'm saying? You know,
We're talking about you, Stacy.
Yeah, we talking
We
about
know
you,
who
Stacy.
you is.
You know, don't be coming over here act like you gonna slide up in here, pretend like you love black people. When you talk about black people, you know what I mean? I ain't that one. Weirdos. These weirdos, bro. We got white supremacists out here.
Man, I don't think she no white supremacist. She gotta show if she is.
Bro, listen to me.
We don't know her. She
I
avid watcher.
Well, she from Angry Viking.
Put it. She from Angry Viking, bro. Okay, married to a white man.
Mm-hmm.
Say I'm lying.
Man, leave Stacy alone.
You know what I mean? Nah, bro. We can't have people come in, slide in, and pretend like they for us, but they still each other so they cut us down. They can't be coming, man. Come on, man. We gotta be real out here. To Harker for real, my guy. You know what I'm saying? No, it ain't about her. It's about people like her. That ain't real, you know what I mean? That want to see us. That want to see us.
Man, y'all ain't gonna be attacking my European guest, man. She ain't do nothing,
bro. Let me tell you,
know what I mean?
Y'all don't listen on social media. Do not come on Morrisville TV.
You know what I mean?
Think that you won't get away with something.
Acting like people ain't watching. No, we watching.
Y'all ain't gonna attack my European guests. I ain't gonna let y'all do that.
Hey, let's keep it a buck though, okay?
Islam,
Malika,
though. Islam.
Malika, Malika, you did it. You know what I mean? Welcome, sis. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
no, for real though.
Hey,
King T, but I do want to say, man, we do have some Europeans that'll come in, man, that are genuine and have a genuine concern, and they watch these shows. And I think if Stacy said that she's quote unquote black, but we do have Europeans that watch these shows that may be able to offer information that is conducive to research. You know what I mean? Like I would definitely like to see those websites. You know what I'm saying?
How about this? Them websites been down because they took off his little page. But then when they were talking about Breonna Taylor's a drug dealer and all that other stuff, she was on that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was on that. To Harker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking from just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking just from the side of my
Stacy said Breonna a drug dealer.
Come on, man. They talk about, you know what I mean, because she sleep with a, you know what I mean? What they say, like that white boy said, you lay with dogs, you catch fleas type of, you know, that's how they were talking about that poor girl that died.
Stacy wasn't on that,
man.
Stacy wasn't on that.
She was over there cheerleading like everybody else be on that page.
Not Stacy.
Come on. Okay.
Oh man, come on, man.
You
not Stacy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You know what I mean? You know I'm a real one. I'm a real one. Yeah. I'm not about that fugazi stuff. I'm saying you.
What you think? I want all the smoke, man. Let me tell you something. Morrisville TV have really developed some serious researchers around here.
Yeah,
y'all gotta be careful.
Yeah, we
gotta
don't play.
Be careful.
Show your face.
But what you were saying with Sister
Malika? That's why you see half a screen. You know what I'm saying? You show your face what it is. Showing half a screen.
King T
get up out of here.
King T is back. He's back.
Yeah, we really got soldiers in the field. There's really gorillas out here in the field.
Playing with them berries.
I'm not a house Negro. You feel me?
Hey, Crip, what I do? I don't know what to do.
Hey, you know. But anyways, look, you know, much respect to all the queens that we got in the building. You know what I mean? That represent that hold it down.
Let's get to Malika. What do you think about Malika coming forth, man? I kind of salute her, and I say kind of salute her because you know, I'm gonna give her the big salute when she come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give her the big salute. Nah. Let me stop playing. I give her the 5-star salute because this takes a lot. I talked to Malika probably about a month ago, and Malika was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta salute her for reaching out and saying that she was ready to do it because this is going to save a lot of lives, bro. Believe that. This brother will not be able to go live. No platform like this has covered this misappropriation of power ever. I noticed when I was doing my research, a radio show would do something and then it would drop off. Somebody do a post on Facebook, drop off. Somebody maybe do a half-wit video, drop off. Man, this is a series.
Yeah, hey, all I can say is
ain't no recover.
Most of you know what I mean, the women that we got, black women, got more nuts than some of these men out here. I'm gonna tell you that.
I agree, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know what I mean? They take a lot of lumps and everything else for people that just do things whatever that ain't correct. You feel me?
Right. Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. And you know what? This is why I think we should support and make sure that I want all the smoke. He travel around the country. You know what I mean? You supposed to make sure you check on Sis. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who travel around the country, you know, we gotta be checking on, make sure everybody good.
We got people's in Philly, but you know, you are RN, right, sis? Well, excuse me,
Yes.
Queen. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What made you join RPPP?
I wanted to join a movement that stood for our people, and this was around the time I think George Floyd got killed.
Okay.
So there was a lot going on in Philly. That's why I wanted to join.
And there was like the only group that was close to you, or there's nobody in Philly?
I think that was the only group that I found for a Philly chapter.
Oh, so they have a chapter in Philadelphia.
They had RBPP. It's no longer a Philly chapter.
Okay, how many members they had? Not to be nosy, but
most we had was probably about 7.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, sis, you seem like a very, very, very intelligent sister. I respect you for coming on here. I respect all of y'all for coming on here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just use your wisdom, Queen. Many blessings. You know what I mean? There's some real ones out here, though. There's some real ones out here. Don't think it's not. And
I mean,
I wish you the best and everything. And I was going to ask you some different questions, but I don't think it's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But you definitely got my blessing and my love and my appreciation for you sharing your story and everything like that. You hear me?
Thank you.
And I want all the smoke. I would like you to go back there and play that piano. Show us what you got.
That's a green screen, bro.
I know.
let me try to play it.
Anything else you want to add, King T? I appreciate
Yes,
both of you. I'm gonna tell y'all got to be careful coming on Morris World TV. I've spoke to King T, and I wanted all the smoke. And we always speak off camera since we've been doing this show. And I'm gonna tell you something. These brothers here have become some avid researchers.
You know what I mean?
Be careful.
You just got to keep your eyes open. You know what I'm saying?
Be careful. And this is for future guests. You know what I'm saying? Malika, you straight. Careful. This ain't nothing. This is for future guests. You know what I mean? And some that have been on here.
Be very careful.
Some that have been on here. It comes a time when sometimes you got to answer up. You know what I'm saying? So better be careful. Can't use Morris World TV like that. And not only I want all the smoking King T, it's a couple people that have become avid researchers.
You know, we about that truth. You know what I mean? We about that unity. We about that loyalty. We about that respect. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask y'all a question?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a heavy one. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that Crystal Muhammad research?
Man, King I mean, you know what I mean? It's bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I told you, bro, it's when we digging in like that, right? And things are being said and done, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, right? But at the same time, you know what I mean? It's like I just want us to get back to the point where we're united, right? As a people. You know what I mean? And we start basically highlighting the people that are doing the most positive stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the other things, because right now, you know what I mean, like Malika, right? You know what I mean? You go in there with your heart, you know what I mean, and gung ho, and you're doing your thing, whatever the case is, and trusting the people. And sometimes people break your heart. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden you lose your luster for that, and then you don't see the revolutionaries, the black militants, and your people differently. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to lose that, Malika. You feel me? You know what I mean? Because you know there's real ones out there. Like I said, there's real gorillas out there in the field. You know, the difference is some of the ones that's really in the cuts, in the jungles, right? You know what I mean? They're not out there chasing fame and limelight and wealth and none of that. They do it because they love their people.
So do you think I gotta ask you before I get to I want all the smoke. So do you think Crystal is solid?
See, that's man. I'm telling you, it's
Bro.
You the real one. You tell me I got a real one.
I'm the real one.
I gotta ask the real one.
The history and the years she put in, right? And what I noticed, you know what I'm saying? You like, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people that just couldn't hold of the mustard and a lot of things that she put in. You know what I'm saying? You so and then I know some of the stuff that you showed, whatever the case is, but you just know that the track record that lady got is long. You know what I'm saying? You so I try to sit back. I try to sit back and stay right in the middle, because the thing is, this is what people want us to see. Target. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Right. You know what I mean? These white supremacists ain't sitting up here dialing your channel, whatever the case is, because they love you. No, they want us to be against each other.
Oh yeah, but listen,
you know
but at the same time, sometimes, man, we got to separate the wheat from the chaff.
No, we do.
Yeah, we got to separate the wheat from the chaff, and we cannot allow anybody that's in the midst of us who has the potential to compromise our liberation.
I mean,
potential. If the potential exists, there's a problem. Just the potential alone. If the potential exists, there's a problem. There should even with me doing Moorish World TV, right? If the potential exists that guests cannot trust me with their information, because many people have given me information behind the scenes I never mentioned. You know what I'm saying? If they can't trust me with the information, then Moorish World TV won't work.
You know,
it just won't work. I can't do this by myself.
No,
it takes us all. So what I'm saying is, when we look at people that's coming into the liberation organization, if they got the potential to take us off course, there's a problem.
Well, I'll give you an example, okay? Sometimes you have people, and I know the situation you went through, whatever the case was, you know what I mean, it went left real quick. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You? But then there's some people that come on your show, and I'm not naming no names, but that stutter rat know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, that come on the show and play like he's the almighty black militia out there. You know what I'm saying? You instead of you know me put my name in his mouth, and I keep telling him, you know, I'm like the Kenny man. You say my name 3 times, I'm gonna come see you. You know what I mean? You keep dropping them addies, everything else, partner. This is for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You and then I'm just keeping 100 with you, Target. You know what I mean? Like there's certain people that sit there, like you said earlier, that come on a platform, whatever the case is, to try to use the platform to try to push their agenda through, and act like they stuff don't stink. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm not about that. You know what I mean? Like it's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Just be real, who you are, how you walk.
But at the end of the day, it all comes out. Like at the end of the day,
it do.
At the end of the day, nobody have to really call anybody out. Only thing I did to Crystal was ask her about Ali, and it all came out.
Yeah,
I never accused Crystal of anything.
All I can do is I can speak on me.
What I'm saying is this: I've never accused Crystal of anything. This all started with me asking her about Ali.
Yeah, but you know the
speak on it, Monk Smoke.
The research that you did, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? It looked good, you know what I mean? But I know the work that she put in, bro, because I'm down here. And there's people that I know that be around.
But is that work or is that promotion?
Dog, she don't be having the cameras all the time on her, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Listen to what I'm telling you. Crystal is compromised. Whether you like it or not. Like it or not. You don't run screaming Black Power for 28 years with no real accomplishments. Just because you show up screaming Black Power and you make the newspaper for 28 years, show me one success story.
Okay. Yeah, if you're looking at it in that aspect.
One success story, just one.
But here's the thing, right? It's just like everybody, you know what I mean?
No.
I'll give you one.
Come on.
Kawan Bobby Charles, right? Like Stacey came on the show talking about all these little fake lynchings and this, that, everything else. I don't know who that lady is. You know what I'm saying? You?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What was the success story?
Black people. No, real talk, Tark. You know what I mean? That little boy sat there, got picked up by a European and her son.
Yeah.
Okay. a day or two later, whatever the case was found in the sugar fields with his face down, whatever the case was, and was looking like Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? So are we talking about them type of things?
What was the success story though? That's what I'm asking.
No. What I'm saying is when
no. I don't want to divert.
I don't know. I mean, but bro, I can only speak on me.
No. I want all the smoke said that.
Oh, I got
he's down there.
Yeah.
And her track record. Only thing I'm asking for out of 28 years, 1993 to 2021, just one success story that we can bring to the table. Just one. A law changed. Somebody freed from prison.
That ain't happening, bro. Unless you go into politics, you already know that. The gun.
No. What I'm saying is this. If you look at Jesse Jackson, no matter how much we talk about him, you can find somebody he got out of prison.
Yeah,
and he's compromised.
Well,
you look at Al Sharpton. Let's stop. Hold up. Let's be fair. If you look at Al Sharpton, he's compromised. We can find somebody that he's got out of prison. We can find a law that he helped change. You can find this stuff.
Well, how about this? How about this? How about some of the families that she sat there was helping that might speak for themselves instead of me speaking for that? You know what I'm saying?
No. What I'm saying, don't know. No, this is what I'm saying though. When we start to say okay, I'm straight across the border. So if we got Stacey here and we say, well, Stacey be on all these platforms and she's a European and she's on all these platforms. Okay, let's use the same measure for Crystal.
I'm not mad at you.
You understand? We can't. This is just where I'm at with it.
Absolutely.
We can't use one measure and say I'm real right here and then forget that same measure when it comes to our people or somebody that we like. We have to use the same measure.
But here's the thing, though. What I know, what I see in my eyes, is when a person sit there and say like Breonna Taylor is a drug dealer and everything else. You know what I'm saying? You
right?
And you know what I mean. So I can only speak about the stuff that I see that I know.
And you know what? I'm 1000%. If that's the case, because I didn't see it, I take your word for it.
That's what they do on their platform.
But I take your word for it. But when I know that Crystal Muhammad is getting paid by cameramen from Germany, follow her around, and she throw her hands up and get cuffs on her, and her whole squad get tasered up, I'm going to show you some of the bruises from some of these people. I got pictures where they were burnt up, and I got quite a few people that said that they knew they was walking in a trap.
Well,
they knew. And they were there. These are the tased victims. You understand what I'm saying? So
all I can tell you is like this, right? When a person put in so many years like she did, right? Trust me, there's countless of people that she helped out in the side that probably none of us know that would speak on that and everything else. You know what I mean? And say, hey, she came to my aid. That's
subjective though.
Well, no. I'm just telling you this.
But you're projecting now. You saying there is.
No, because I can't speak for her. No, it's not hopeful.
Saying is, I agree with you.
That I hear.
Listen to me. I agree with you.
If you want me to research it for you,
no.
Bring that to it for you. I can do it.
No. What I'm saying is blindly you saying I'm sure that there's some people out there.
No. What I'm saying is this. Is what I'm telling you. Okay. What I'm saying is my belief is that there's people out there. Okay. That could probably vouch for it. But since me not being her, and she knows the story better than I do, I can't speak on that.
Absolutely. But let me tell you something. The same way you say that about her, I guarantee you, I got people that can say the same thing with somebody that you was just naming on the show that can say they helped them. You know what I mean? That's not a pass because you have helped people. That's not a pass. The devils do crazy things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the European drop food and the rice down up in Ethiopia and the people are happy, we got some rice. You know what I mean? We got some rice. Yeah. And then they bring the Christian ministers up in there to make them Christians. You know what I mean? So the point that I'm making is
to tell the truth, we got the oldest church in Ethiopia, right?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm talking about the European.
That's etching stone.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
our church is etching stone.
Absolutely. I'm not talking about the real.
But here's the thing, though. This is how funny life is, right? When people say Christianity, everything else, the first thing they think about is that the oldest church is located in somewhere in Europe. No, it's in Africa.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So let's, you know, let's, you know, like people, some people are well versed in different type of fields. You know what I mean? And like I tell you, I'm a guy that's straight in the field. I'm not a house Negro at all.
Only thing I'm saying is the same. Let me say this. Hold up. Let me make a statement, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all flow. Because I just want to say this. I know many people don't believe the Bible no more, and I believe in the principles of the universal principle. And the universal principle in the Bible is when Jesus said, "Judge not, lest ye be judged. For what measure ye use, it will be meted out unto you." In other words, if we are going to apply passing observational judgment, not condemning, because judgment and condemnation is two different things. If we're going to pass an observational judgment, we need to use that straight across the board. You know what I'm saying? We can't say that, well, you know, this person may have done some good things in the community, because you can say the same thing about Jamal, and you would say that Jamal is compromised, right? Ali is compromised. You see what I'm saying? And people would say, well, there's some people that he helped in the community, I'm pretty sure. But nah, that doesn't give you a pass. That doesn't give you a pass because you help somebody. Because guess what? That's a byproduct of screaming Black Power. You're going to have to help some in order to take advantage of many. You got to help a few to take advantage of many. You got to, or it doesn't work.
You know, I'll let Smoke speak on that.
Take it away, Smoke.
You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean?
No, you good, King T. Yeah. I appreciate you. I appreciate you with the conversation.
Hey, yo, Truth Bringer, man. First of all, if anybody should be suspect as you, let me tell you something, my brother. Don't get social media twisted, my brother. Ain't nobody with none of that fugaziness. That's first of all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. King T will even tell you we play with them Barretts over here. If y'all know what that is, keep playing.
Oh, my bad.
But listen, at the end of the day, bro, whatever they doing is what they doing. I don't got nothing to do with that.
I just want to say, man, you know, I appreciate y'all. I think y'all have become some of the premier researchers around here. So, and I don't want it to. What I don't want is this. I don't want our audience here and those subscribers here to think for 1 minute that questionable behavior is okay.
Not at all.
And Crystal have questionable behavior, very questionable, and I don't want them to think it's okay because it's not.
But you know what I mean? Me, I'm focused on trying to uplift this thing, right? You know what I mean? Like Pac said, right? I'm trying to spark the next generation for the next generation to sit there and lead the charge. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we got to do. But we got to leave the frauds behind.
Well,
anybody that's potentially fraudulent, even if they not, it'll be safe just to leave them alone anyway.
You know,
of course,
that's a safe bet.
Of course,
yeah.
But let's talk to Sister Malika before we get out of here. King T, come on, brother. You got to give Malika a question or something, brother.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, I just want to encourage her to, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's when you believe in something as truly from your heart, like you do. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have been through that situation. If you believe in a man, if you believe in the situation, you believe in the organization, and it don't go the way you plan it, you know what I mean? Don't lose the sight that it wasn't your fault, right? You know what I mean? You keep fighting for what you believe in. You know what I mean? And that's for you and your people. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I don't know if you have kids, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have kids, or when you do have kids, you got to raise them to know the history of what this is. You know, this is where we at right now. You know what I mean? It's becoming a lost art where people taking certain things and running with it. You know what I mean? Grandmaster Jay, right? You know what I mean? No, real talk.
That was funny.
That video you showed me, I seen it today.
The video, right? You know what I mean? He was on the news prime time, talking about he's trying to start another chapter, everything else. Where we at with that? You know what I'm saying? Like we, bro, like, come on, man. All I know is the real ones that sat there and really bled for this back in the day are rolling their graves because what the fuck we doing? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these cats, whatever the case was, if these people were around, whatever the case, including the women, they would have been slapped these cats, you know, with baby powder in their hand. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm good with the ancestors because I mean I'm from the heart with this. Yeah. I just want our people to know what's right out there and what's not right to follow. Just leave it alone.
Yeah,
We just gotta, bro. We just gotta, bro. We gotta, like how you said, when we gotta get the retreat going or whatever the case is. We just gotta let the people know that the people that went through what Malika went through, or whoever it is, right? Mo Black and everybody. Man, I got so much respect for what we do. You know what I mean? Black Warrior Spirit, Maclo, the little 95, the little young cat. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like we got people behind us that we got to make sure that they know that there's some cats that really ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit there, you know what I mean? Come. I don't do that black on black crime. I'm gonna tell you straight up. And I was really knee deep in it, you know what I mean, when I was a youngster. You feel me?
Indeed.
You know what I mean? I had to put that aside. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Nip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So what I'm telling you is when I said to myself a long time ago that I gotta leave that gang banging alone, everything else, and I gotta sit there and fight for my people, right? Then I gotta stay on that. And the ones that's real with me, the one that's rocking with me, I rock with them. The ones that ain't, bro, I can't worry about that. You know what I mean? I got my prizes. You know what I mean? I got a little baby. I got a little son that they gotta make sure he take care of him when he grow up. If daddy ain't here no more. You feel me? 100. This is what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And this is what, you know what I mean? With your platform and what people do, whatever the case is, and us talking just on a positive tip and lifting our people and unity and everything else, and making sure that people like Malika know and everybody else that come through that know, hey, trust me, there's a brighter day tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because we you know, like Pac said, I'm that rose that was, you know what I mean, that was birthed in the concrete. You feel me?
Indeed.
You know, that's what we got to get back to, bro. We got to, you know what I mean, we got to spark that mind, that spark that next generation, and then that next generation, because these white supremacists ain't playing. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, bro.
Let me get everybody else here. I ain't gonna never get out here, Malika. We ain't gonna get out here. Salute, King T, salute.
Come on, salute to everybody in Morals World TV. You know what I mean? Black Warrior Spirit, Dolores Taylor. You know what I mean? Faith Speaks Life. You know what I mean? Everybody, all y'all. If I don't name y'all, just know that just because I don't be in, trust me, I'm watching. You feel me? And one thing you know what I mean? I got all y'all back. Because all I got is all we got is us. Like that motto say, right? All we got is us. Period.
That's right.
Queen Malika, next time just vet whoever you want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And it'll save you the headaches in the long run. Just make sure you do your homework and vet the people that you deal with, and it'll save you headaches if you want to move with that move or not. Marklo 95, everybody salute, peace and love. Peace and love to you, Grand Sheik.
Peace and love.
322, Todd Streets.
322, Todd Streets, everybody.
You know what I mean? We got some real people out here.
I'm gonna call you tomorrow,
everybody.
Bro.
Everybody from Morris World TV, all your other ones, y'all already know where y'all could go. Peace and love.
You know what I mean? Don't come out here. Don't come out here playing like we dummies.
There you go.
Don't come out here. You know what I mean?
Don't think you're smarter than us, because you're not.
Because you're lucky I can't come to the screen.
Because when you're talking on the chat, we're pulling your address too, so you know.
Excuse my, hey, like I told Smoke earlier. Excuse my French Montana, but I will snatch your ass through the TV, like your mama say. Yee! Let's go.
But that's for the Europeans.
Why you trying to put me on this TV?
Yeah.
That's my mama.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be on the TV show.
Yo, man, we live it. We live it. We blessed. And you know what I mean? God, come on, man. You know what I mean? Much respect, one love. You feel me?
Indeed, my brother. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
With that being said, I want to give Malika the chance. Malika, I'm glad that you stuck around. I was waiting for some questions to come, but we didn't got into a whole nother dialogue. Brother Akhenaten Salam Bey, I just sent you the link, brother. I wish Black Knight wouldn't have just fell black off, because I loved his commentary. But anything you want to say in closing, Sister Malika? I know we're going to come back for another one in a couple weeks.
Yes, definitely. To all the brothers and sisters, don't fear coming out. Come share your story, because you're not the only one going through it.
Indeed. Where my brother Akhenaten at? Akhenaten, I just sent that to his messenger. You got to hear my brother Akhenaten, sis, before you indulge me like a few more minutes.
Okay.
This is and sister, always keep somebody close by that you can like Mo Black. She gonna give it to you real. She gonna give it to you real. And she ain't gonna give it to you in a way that you gotta question whether it's man, is this the right advice? Is this the wrong advice? It's gonna be so raw, you already gonna know. So keep people like that at your phone distance. With that being said, let me give Black Knight a few, and I'm always available too. But let me give Black Knight a few more minutes to wrap up before I bring Akhenaten in. What you got for me, brother?
Hey, bro, look, quick win for King T, and I want all the smoke. Bro, you know what? I think there was a bit of missing your point, but it's all good. It's all good. That's just what we have to do. We have to talk, and communication is key, bro. Sometimes we don't agree on things, but then sometimes we have to help open our brothers' eyes. If, part of the product, part of what we got to do as blacks, man, is we got to learn how to open up. We got to learn how to open up. We can't be too tight on what we believe all the time, because sometimes what we believe ain't the right thing, man. So sometimes we just got to open up and just listen. It's very important, because it's just like when you're sick, you're in the hospital, you've been shot, you're on a deathbed, and somebody can kind of whisper into your ear, you're gonna be all right.
That's right.
You just don't know what it does for a person. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's very important to listen. Allah didn't give us these for some crazy reason, just to hear its fullness, right? He gave it to us for a reason. He gave this for a reason. He gave these for a reason. Okay, but what I'm saying is, we have to start to listen more. Yeah. And listen to what I just said. We need to listen more. Yeah. so
You
so
sound like I
again,
can knock down.
we have to get what we're doing, man. Okay, when we get too caught up in our beliefs and ideologies, we get stuck and we want to fight people because they say something we don't believe in. Okay, or something that we don't agree with. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
what I'm saying is, let's just listen more. Listen more.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's why I wanted you to come back, bro, because let me tell you something. Me and brother Akhenaten, who is the national assistant,
Bro, we
the
got
national.
a bit of technical difficulty, but I can feel
No,
you.
but you're
I
good.
can
You're good. But what I
Yeah, I
wanted to
can
say
feel
is
you.
that that's one thing we pride.
Telepathy is very important to me. I can feel you, I can hear you, even though there's these technical difficulties going on. But I can feel you and I can hear you. We're gonna talk again, brother. I'm gonna get in touch with Facebook, and we're gonna set something up, and we're gonna talk about some things, brother. All right. So,
Salute.
hey, I can't pick up time from the elder that's into the room. I'll let him have his space, brother. But yeah, I'm listening, bro. We'll chat. We'll chat to Paul.
Indeed. Got you. Um, Man, I got so much going on right now. Hold up. Let me see. I got you, my brother. So I wanted to say though, me and my brother Akhenaten, man, we pride ourselves on the universal truth. You know what I'm saying? We Moorish American to the bone. But I see all my people as I see myself. You can call yourself what you want. And I hope you see me the same way. I can call myself what I want, but at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be your brother. And that's the end of the day. You're supposed to be my brother or my sister, and that's it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Moorish American to the bone, and you can be whatever you are to the bone. But when I see you, I see myself. That's our lessons. Our lessons is when we look into the eyes of man, and that man and woman, we see the image of God.
Image of God.
That's our lesson. And we don't look into the eyes of man and we see a Moorish American. We don't look into the eyes of man and we see a Mo or a Moor or a black man or a white. We don't look at that. It said when you look at your brother or your sister, you see the image of God. When you look into the eyes, that's our lesson. And we'll let nobody change that from us. And there is not a Moorish American on the planet that can say that they put emphasis on that like me and my brother Akhenaten have done. No one. Not one. We see God and goddesses when we see our people. And even if you go crazy, you just a god of the underworld. And we're going to try to bring you to the upside. But if you don't want to go, then you got to go. Brother Akhenaten, hold up, Brother Akhenaten. Before you go, let me give Mo one more minute. Mo, you're back again, Mo. What's happening, Mo?
Goddamn, I had to say so. That's great shit right there. I had to say Black Power. Peace, love, and light to Akhenaten Bay.
She got a crush on you, Akhenaten.
I
Don't know
had
what she thinks she playing with. You got a crush on the Grand
He's
Sheik.
so intelligent. Oh my God, he's so smart. He got so much wisdom. I love that shit.
Hey,
I love
your man gonna get off that couch and drag you. You better stop.
I had to say it. You had to let me say it because you know you weren't gonna get no rest tonight if you didn't. I love that shit.
I love you, Mo. Talk to you on the next go.
Black Power.
Peace and
Black
love.
power.
Oh my goodness. You see what you did?
Hey, what I do?
You stirred it up. So I got to bring.
You feel
King
me?
T.
Yeah, that's what we do it for.
Hey,
That's
no.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
That's
baby
right.
right there.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
That's
King,
right.
King T called it earlier. He said, "Man, remind me of my son because I had a lean with me. Look at him." Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
That's what it's about. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep the eye on the prize, right?
That's
Indeed.
right.
And that's why I got to shut down because I'm gonna wake Aleem up in a minute. All this yelling with Mo Black.
Yeah, he just woke up from a nap. I just want to pop in and know what the focus is in life. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, King T, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is why I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna be balanced and I'm gonna be real to the end because our energy will transfer to our children. Our children, even whether we talk it or whether we walk it, that energy is going to transfer, and they ain't taking no wood nickels.
Nah, you know what I mean? I can't. I want the world to be better when he gets older, right?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's what we do this for.
And that's the reason why I am who I am. And my daddy raised me. You feel me? It's not about the money. It's not about the wealth. It's not about the fame. It's about your character as a person when you leave this world. Because when you're a good person at heart, regardless, you know what I mean, what your transgressions is, and if you make right in life, you know what I mean, your name always gonna carry out through eternity in life. You know what I mean? That's what this is about. That's that African proverb. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? We don't look at material things. Our blessings is our families. You know, the cycle of life. You know what I mean? The birth, right? The weddings and the funerals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 100. The cycle of life. You know what I mean? So I just want to tell y'all that. Leave y'all with that. Tell them what's up. Tell them what's up. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know what I mean?
It's love. Peace and love, family. Salute, baby boy.
Yee.
So with that being said, Brother Akhenaten, this is Sister Malika. You know, it took her a lot to bring herself to come on the show. I know it had to have been over a month since I first spoke with you. It took her a lot, and I'm so proud of her that she was able to come forth. Because this does take a lot, man. It can take a toll on you. It can take a toll on your family. You know what I'm saying? People want to threaten your life, threaten your well-being. And even she talking about went up into her account, threaten your financial stability. I mean, you know, and for her to come forth, you know, I just salute her. I'm right down the street, you know. I'm right down the street. That's what I can tell you that much. You know, I'm right down the street. With that being said, Brother Akhenaten, I'm gonna let you. Anything you want to add, Malika, before I let Brother Akhenaten take us out with the final word?
Nope.
All right, brother Akhenaten.
I want to just send the love to you, Malika. You my Philly home girl. You know, Philly is my hometown. I'm in Atlanta right now. That's my hometown. Okay. We send the love to you. So just anytime you need us, you know where to reach us.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So salute to you for the courage for coming forth. I know you feel a sense of release, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay? That's how truth does. This is what we talk about in the Moorish Science Temple of America. How truth is the remedy. Truth is the thing that will make you free. And this is why I give honors to Grand Sheik for making sure we had a platform for the healing to begin. And it comes through the truth. And Grand Sheik, again, I'm glad that brother, you brought Brother Black Knight. I like his spirit, his energy, you know. And he was bringing in the real. Everybody should study Fannie Lou Hamer. And you know, at the Moorish Science Temple, our prophet always raised our women up. That's why our women in the Moorish Science Temple of America, when nobody had ever heard of, when the prophet started it in 1913, the Moorish Science Temple of America, women, he took us back to the state of mind of our ancestors, where women were honored, they were venerated, they held positions. So that's why you find in the Moorish Science Temple of America, you have grand sheikhs, you have divine ministers. You won't hear that. It's hard to hear that. You definitely won't hear it in the Eastern perspective of Islam, right? You won't find them being leaders of a temple, of a community. We had people that are leaders of states, as governess is, all right? So we know what it's about. It's about raising our women. And when someone comes up like you, Malika, and Mo Black, and Sister Tiffany, and all the others that came forward here just to put, you know, pour out their heart and to let the family know what's really going on, that's courage. And I have to give honors to that. So I know you've been a true good sport sitting in the background through this whole almost 3 hours, Grand Sheik, like on my radio program.
Man, listen.
But honors, it's a good forum to have when you have people like I Want All That Smoke and Brother King T to come on and release and let the family know. But let me just say this, because I don't want to delay it much longer. Grand Sheik, everybody's been in here. You've had almost up to 500 people or more. And I just want to make the appeal. You know, first, again, as always, we like to rise and give praise to Allah, honors to our prophet, honors to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and honors to each and every one of you, because you are your ancestors.
That's right.
Who come again.
Talk to them.
All right, just let that hang in the air for a minute. And like our brother said, you want to listen more. He brought that out. You know, that's the word sound. See, we don't have, as the Grand Sheik said, we don't have no problem with people how they identify themselves, but we love being Moorish American. We love it. We have a history of Moors who were the freedom fighters. You look at all through history or her story, it's the Moors that created maroon societies, freedom fighters to keep the oppression off the people. We were the ones. And that's what you just witnessed in here throughout the leadership of our Grand Sheik coming forward and having the courage to do what, as you said, we talked about it earlier, Grand Sheik, nobody's doing this in real time. And I'm glad you brought that awareness to me. In real time, exposing those who have compromised. And I'm glad you made it clear, Grand Sheik, that people are different categories. And Malika, you made that point out as well. You got agents and you got informants. And I'm so glad. And then the other part you just brought out, Grand Sheik, is those who just been compromised, right? And those fit in different categories. So when people talk about looking at the work, no, you're going to have to vet people, because remember in the movie of Judas and the Black Messiah, O'Neal, he did work.
Sure did.
And all appearances, he did work. That's why that movie is so important for us to study and see, and then see how the Grand Sheik unfolded all the way from Grandmaster Jay as a scenario, just to inform, to warn our people, so you wouldn't have a slaughter. And if that had played out, if we didn't have the voice of the Grand Sheik to come out, I've seen the possibility of what could have happened. But we had somebody who had the courage to stand up and tell the truth and expose it. When I met the Grand Sheik, before we came together, I vetted you, didn't I, Grand Sheik?
Absolutely. You say, I think, man, I don't know what this guy's all about. This guy hooping and hollering all over the place. Who is this guy?
That's right. But I checked him out. He's been sincere, and y'all can see his track record here coming through on Moorish World TV. I think everybody feeling you. But let me do this, family, so I can end. Everybody is on here. look, look at the hours here. 3 hours the Grand Sheik put in. But think about the hours that put in just to put this show on. Him speaking, having conversation with Malika. He having conversation with me. He having conversation with Mo Black, and then sitting down in the lab, right? And he putting this production together for our benefit, right? So he just did his natal manifest birthright solar return. That's right. We want to give honor to you, Grand Sheik, and you love doing what you do. This is your passion to help teach our people. So let's give an honor. If everybody just give $1, y'all know how to do it. See, the mass media mind manipulation is going on right now, taking over our mind. And so we got to support our own.
Maybe we can do it like what's his name? Ali said. See, we like your dollars. Yeah, we like your dollars. We like your $5. But see, some of y'all got 500. Some of y'all got thousands.
That's right.
Give you 20,000.
That's right.
Well, you know, when he said that, I was like, we like the dollars. We like your 5s and 10s and 20s. But some of y'all can do a little bit better. You can give 100. I was like, what? I said, that's not like Rev Chickfoot. But indeed, family, this does take a lot of work and take a lot of time. And I appreciate all who contributes. You really do make this possible. You really do make this possible, because I'm telling you, if this is all facts. If people didn't contribute with their $5, $10, $20, $10, all that, I'm telling you, I cannot. You know how we work.
Yeah.
Man, I be working till it's getting warm too. I'll be up at 6:30 in the morning. I drop the baby off. Man, I'm gonna be working until I got to pick him up. I'm going, and I work for myself. And when people don't understand about working for yourself, there is no ceiling. I can go get it all night. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you make it possible for me to say, you know what? Forget that right now. Let me sit here for a minute and especially when I'm putting them slides together. Mm-hmm. Bro, you know how long them slides take?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because people, thank you to all the people who send me leads and send me information, because I can't do this without the people. Let's be clear. I ain't that good. I may appear to be that good, but I'm only as good as the people who are frustrated, as the people who are angry, as the people who are mad, and they're not taking it upon themselves to use those weapons and go out and look for people, but they're using the weapon of intelligence and they drop it in my lap. And then the work that I do is I have to put all the pieces together so I can give a presentation of a story. And then I take that and then I research a step further. You feel what I'm saying? But this would not be possible without the people who are hurt, frustrated, and disappointed using a higher intelligence now. Because many people are hurt, frustrated, disappointment. You know, they want to go, but they use their higher intelligence, and it's best just to put it out on Front Street so nobody else will become a victim. So it does take a lot of time to put these shows together, but I give a special shout out to all those who support in providing leads, information, and concrete information. And those who have provided information that I haven't used, let me tell you something, that just it's in the back pocket. It's in the back pocket, you know, but it does take time. And I got to say thank you, Brother Akhenaten, for acknowledging that, because I do this for the love. And a lot of times I don't even thinking about the monetary value. In fact, many of those who watch the show say they be on it. If I don't remember, they'll say, where the Cash App at? Where the Cash App at? So salute to the Morse World TV subscribers.
And Grand Sheik, I'm glad you pointed that out, because some people don't know. Like, you put out the Cash App because it's fine when people do the super chat, but we know that they take a big slice of that.
Yeah, the super chat, they take so in the super chat, if they take 30% of the super chat. So if if you say $20, so you take they take 30% of that, whatever that is. I'm not a mathematician. I ain't that good.
That's about a good old $6.
There you go. There you go.
You know?
I ain't a mathematician. Yeah.
So anyhow, that's how we do it. We love the super chats, but also those cash apps is good. That's why the Grand Sheik put it out there, family. Let's support him. He just celebrated another solar return, and let's continue to continue to support him. Earlier today, him and I was talking, and this is, like he said, is real talk. He had to stop for a minute just to cut on the saw.
Yeah. Hey, brother, I was talking and I was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to talk and work this saw at the same time.
Right.
I can't talk with this saw at the same time. But yeah, but that's what it is. Listen, the same way that you have come to I guess, like Brother Tahaka Bay, those who watching the show, I don't make customers, I make friends. And the universal creator has put me in a position where I can work for who I like and not have to work for out of necessity, which means that there ain't no European gonna talk to me greasy. A brother or sister ain't gonna talk to me greasy. If I don't want to take the job, I don't have to take the job. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm in a beautiful position. I have people that wait for me to come and do work. I got like 4 customers right now that's been on hold all winter waiting for me because I didn't really want to wait in the cold. And I recommended somebody to do the work. And they said, no, we'll wait for you. And so, but you gonna make me delay on them a little longer because y'all want these stories out. And they need to be out because this is my passion, awakening the people.
There you go.
Jesus was a carpenter, but his passion was awakening the people.
That's right. That's right. And let me just say this, brother. Grand Sheik, just want to invite people, hey, if you feel a vibration that we are what we're about, because what the Moorish Science Temple is about, building character, the kind of character that you see with the Grand Sheik right here, Islam. So we invite you because the prophets told us we need to learn to love instead of hate. What's going on right now amongst us? We hating real big. We know that real well, but we have to learn. And you can't have the word learn without the word earn. All right. So that means this is what we have to do. We have to earn that aspect, and the love first comes from self. And if you know yourself, then you can get to learn to love yourself. That's what the Moorish Science Temple of America is about. Moorish divine and national movement, where we look for strong men and strong women who think their condition can be better. Because that's where it all starts. Your thought. You can't have a thing without a thought. So it begins with our thinking. And then for those that don't want to, you don't resonate, even though we'll call you, in our mind, we know you're more. Because you're more. And let me just word sound that, right? Because we like to say we black, which was a pejorative term originally assigned to us, but listen to the word sound. Be more instead of be lack. All right, but if you want to be black, that's cool. We acknowledge that, and that's why we say if those don't resonate with the Moorish Science Temple, we've had what Fred Hampton Sr. was talking about, building coalitions, and that's what the Alliance for Political Accountability is all about. And why it's necessary is what the Grand Sheik was bringing about. We didn't hold these leadership accountable. And that's what we're supposed to do. So be a part, connect with the Grand Sheik, and let's build the coalitions so that every city we can mobilize real quickly.
That's right.
Right? So everybody, you don't have to use the name Black Panthers. I agree. That's been like, hey, they done use that so much, and we need to make a distinction. So I would encourage you, come up with something else, and we can help support you with that. But whatever it is, just organize with those that have like minds. And then when there's a situation come up, we already will hold the political establishment, like these politicians, officials, hold them accountable. And also, if it's time, when it's time to mobilize those who understand what a real formation is about, not about just marching, but a real formation is all about, we can mobilize at a drop of somebody's word. And that's what it's about. So connect with the Grand Sheik. He'll put the information in the chat. Just email him, DM him about the Alliance for Political Accountability. The Grand Sheik is about to go on our beginning tour of a 7-city tour. And we want to present this program to you. It's a program that's phenomenal. And it carries out really the basic principles of what the Black Panther, the original Black Panther Party was about. But guess what? Before it was the Black Panthers, it was the Moorish Science Temple of America. And you can see the parallels of what the Moorish Science Temple with the template there. Oh, you would love it. Our principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And with that, family, peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
And Sister Malika, when you're ready, come on back.
Definitely.
You got my information. Come on back. Let's wrap them. Let's wrap them up. I thank you so much, sister. From every fiber of my being. I really do appreciate you, because I truly believe that this work, the way that we're doing it on this platform, because this is where the world is at right now. This is where they influence people at. This is where we must influence people not to go that way at. So I appreciate you. And so next go around, I see you again. Keep watching, because this week is going to be fire. You already know.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Peace and love, family.
Peace and love.